Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
Is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I want to be like you. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold the record for pay-per-view. Me.
My drop. I know my drop. I know my situation. I want to fight.
Production.
Check it. Fight is gonna be very difficult for both of us.
BoxingVoice.com. Good morning, TBV. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another morning edition with the Boxing Voice Radio. The crew is all here. It's the AM, 9 a.m. on the east, 6 a.m. on the west, 7 a.m. central, 8 a.m. No, 7 a.m. Mountain, 8 a.m. Central. What up, fellas? Mario Doomy was good.
Yo, it's cold as hell in South Texas. I bet it's colder here than it is over there right now.
Isn't that ironic?
It's 34. 34. How cold are y'all over there?
Yeah, we're in the 27s probably.
Oh, damn.
Or probably 30s.
It's
early
officially,
30s.
Y'all can keep that.
What isn't this? You got the number?
It is officially 28. 28.
Damn.
We're 28.
28 degrees.
That's why you need
I was
this.
like, Canelo,
It's TBV in your cup. Gotta get that coffee, hot tea, whatever you got going, get it ready. We're about to talk some Gary Russel Jr. He's at it again, y'all.
the Russel man.
The Russel man saying that he could take out any of these cats while they running.
Damn, man, I almost believe him.
You know, I gotta believe him. But then again, sometimes it's just like, you know, it looks like he's not, but I don't know.
What do you mean? It looks like he's not what?
Oh, with Devin Haney, you know, there was the whole story about fighting him. I felt like they pulled his card, and then it didn't happen, right?
Nada que nada.
Yeah,
You know?
pulled his card. How exactly?
Well, you know, they told him that they were ready. They had the money, right?
You believed in him. You thought it was happening.
I belied them when they said that they had everything ready.
I thought it was happening for a little bit
y'all
too.
tripping,
I was like,
man. Y'all tripping, man.
you just a fickle boxing fan is what you are.
I just think that y'all tripping, man. Anytime, like we seen that with Bob all the time. Crawford's fighting Earl, Porter, Ugas, Thurman, or Brooke, and then who is it? Brooke. And Haney was fighting Gary or Gamboa. We got a date. It's either gonna be Gary or Gamboa. If Gary really wanted, all he got to do is agree, because we got a date, and it'll be Gary or Gamboa. And who was it? Gamboa. Like, stop playing, man. Stop acting like y'all don't know boxing.
You woke up on the wrong side to just crush our dreams.
What happened?
I'm just saying, let's stop acting like we don't know boxing, man. Like,
Nah, you right.
You know,
you right.
I mean,
You right. We'll stop playing.
Gary said they sent him a contract with no date, no venue, no broadcaster. So Gary said basically they wanted to put him in a contract and then go shop the fight to networks. You know what I'm saying? When you get a contract, it's not supposed to say, Doomy, you fighting Mario on January 29th, and you don't know what city, what state, you don't know what TV. No, that's not how it works. It's not how it works. So
they made the play that they were ready, but the things weren't ready.
I'm not saying who was ready, who wasn't ready.
Things weren't what he wanted, so he
It wasn't. According to one side, the contract didn't have everything. It was. Gary is very clear in saying that it was a bogus contract. You know.
Yeah. No, he said that, but listen, where I'm from, you know, we think one way. You can only talk so much ish until somebody until something got to happen.
and
My
that's
man Gary's
exactly-
been hating on Tank hard.
That's exactly
my
why
man,
I'm
you
doing
see-
this
listen,
show.
I
'Cause
got.
it's like, when is
Go ahead,
Tank gonna fucking say something to this guy?
For
That's
real,
why I'm doing
that's what
this
I've
show.
been. Yo,
Floyd probably
exactly
like,
what
yo,
I
don't waste your time.
My
Don't
man
even-
been talking about Tank for like 3 years. Easily.
Been talking for a little bit, but that's also him, trying to make a fight happen for himself, man.
And that's understandable, but at some point, you as a fighter got to say, yo, this dude really don't respect me. It's been 3 years. It's been 3 years. He get in front of any camera and say whatever the fuck he want about Tank, and Tank, nothing.
Yo, you want me to read these quotes to catch people up on the latest between Gary Russell and Tank?
Yes.
I can do that real quick. So this was an interview on the Last Stand podcast. Shout out to the Last Stand podcast, friend of the show.
Brian Custer's
this
rescheduled for January 22nd.
January 22nd. That's going to be a hot show for show. So this was an interview with Gary Russell, and we'll just go through it and talk about the context. So he says, and this is Gary Russell, Leo Santa Cruz was a smaller guy that was beating Tank's ass. If people want to be realistic about it, he was touching Tank. In my personal opinion, Leo won, at least, to be fair, at least a clear 4 out of 6 rounds that I had seen. Clear. I'm talking crystal clear. Tank was getting knots on his head and eyes and everything. Man, matchmakers. And then he went on to say, who cares about Davis? Russell continued. He fought a Leo Santa who was originally a 122-pounder realistically. Before that, he moved up to 126, and he did his thing. He became a champion at 126. But Davis based his whole career on fighting off of smaller people, smaller guys. Everybody he's fought has been moving up in weight. The other fighters don't have the skill set or the intellect of mine, Russell went on to say. So yeah, man, he's given zero credit to Tank. Not only that, he thought Tank was losing that fight.
I got something I want to read as well because, again, I just don't really know that I like the energy. Like I don't understand why wouldn't Tank respond ever. This has been going on for a long, long time, and he's never responded. I seen Gary Russell doing a live one time with Gilly the Kid talking crazy about Tank. He's on all sorts of YouTube channels and interviews talking crazy about Tank. Tank never responds. So Russell calls out Tank Jr. Gary Russell Jr. calls out Tank. And he says, and I quote, I'm willing to fluctuate from 126 to 130 and 135. And if anybody got anything slick to say out their mouth in any weight class, I'm willing to meet them halfway too. Now, we all know earlier last year, or last year sometime, he was even willing to allegedly fight Terence Crawford. I think it's just time for this dude to be put in a fight and tested to see if this is all cap. This is all just clout chasing. And I quote, you fought Yuriorkis Gamboa, but you won't fight a Mr. Gary Russell Jr. You sound like you making excuses. We would sell out anywhere in DC, in Maryland, in Virginia. Matter of fact, you pick the arena and everybody and their mother and grandmother will be there to witness me spank that ass. You know it, and Floyd Mayweather knows it.
Whoa.
I gotta love him.
Whoa.
Man. I gotta love him.
Those are shots fired.
Now, all I'm saying is, listen, wait,
man?
because I want to lead y'all. I want to lead y'all down the street.
Go ahead.
Do you believe Russell when he says that this fight will sell out in DC, in Maryland, or Virginia?
100%. 100%. 100%.
Do you believe that this would be a fight that could get outside of those areas and still sell out? Could they go outside of DC, Maryland, and Virginia and sell out?
Maybe not in certain places.
Pick a place.
Texas might be a tough sell.
I'm gonna
depending
say
on what
Atlanta.
area. I
I'm
think
gonna
a
say
Houston
Atlanta.
and Austin, a Dallas, it could do well. San Antonio might not do as great. Corpus used to
Mario,
be one of the best
Mario.
fight towns in. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You didn't hear me? What about Atlanta? where he did do
Atlanta,
well.
I think, that's a good place, and that could definitely sell out. That's probably on the top 3 best spots that it could sell out. Outside of the DC area, obviously. But DC, they kill it.
Now look,
they kill
DC area,
and DC is a great fight town. People don't know that DC, Maryland area, that's a great fight town.
I love that town, but because of both of them being from there, maybe they want to go neutral territory, you know? I remember one time watching an interview where Gary said, or Tank said, if that fight ever happened, it can't happen in the area because of fights. They think that, you know, the two cities will get into two beefs. In the stands.
Shit, yeah.
So they like, yo, it might be better to take it to Vegas or something. But I think Vegas.
That was low key happening with the Zab and Danny. That was low key. Stuff was popping off. I remember back then too between the town.
Philly.
Yeah, they were going at it. I remember. I mean, it was a small contingency, but you know. Shit, after last week, who knows how crazy people get.
Atlanta's good. Is that opened up for?
I don't know if Atlanta's all the way open, but I'm pretty sure they are not
they do
as
huge numbers down
as
in
us.
Atlanta.
But
they got Democratic senators now, so
I think Atlanta and New York City, if New York opens up, are two good event locations for that fight.
Yeah. I just don't know why they would even want to start. Well, obviously because maybe DC, Maryland area won't have the ability to host it, but I think there's somewhere that they could find. I mean, honestly, I think it could probably do pretty decent in Florida. I know that might sound weird. It might not sell out the way it would in some of the other areas we mentioned, but I don't think Florida's that bad a spot for it.
Where in Florida? Like, I don't even know the last place Florida had a decent sized fight of that magnitude.
And that's more my point is that
you don't know
Florida's
if it's gonna
been thirsty a little bit, so maybe they show up. But yeah, you're right. There's a reason that they've stayed away from Florida. But
Thurman,
fight, it gotta be a good place.
Thurman had like what 5,000-6,000 when he fought in that, what was it, Sun Arena or something like that in Tampa?
It was the Sun. Sun Devil. No,
like
not
that.
Sun Devil. That was
Something
Arizona.
weird.
Damn, I forgot what it's called. But yeah, and he didn't even have that good a B-side, right?
No.
I'm just saying this, Doomy, man. Like, when is somebody gonna call his bluff? When is someone gonna send a legit offer that he can't turn down because of, you know, fine print? I don't understand. It's like when we was talking to Colbert last night. This is a big fight. Why does no one look at Gary as a big fight? I'm
it's
lost.
two things that could be happening. This either one, people don't like the way he comes at them and they're just trying to ignore him, or
Ice him out.
He's really that dangerous and like it's just not worth it to the teams too. I'm pretty sure Gervonta been wanted to check it, but the powers that be are probably telling him just don't put no attention on it. Let him keep talking. Wada. We don't need that. And I don't know if we don't need that is the right thing to say.
I mean,
yeah, I get what you're saying, though. It's the risk reward, right? Because Gary, no matter what you say, is a dangerous fighter who is very skilled. He might not have the power or the size going up, but at the end of the day, he's still an incredibly talented fighter with an amazing skill set. That said, that skill set is so high that when you compare it to his commercial appeal, it doesn't match up as well. Yes, he's a well-known name within the boxing community, but he doesn't have that crossover appeal that a Teofimo's had, that a Ryan Garcia has. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, he might just be too high risk, too low reward for some guys, which I understand. But, for me, it's, as a fan, like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care about that stuff. I want to see good fights. And to me, like, I was so surprised. I don't know, Doomy, if you heard Colbert on, but he was, like, not very interested in that Gary Russell fight. And not on the tip of, like, being scared or nothing like that. But for him, it was just, like, a fight he really didn't seem that interested in.
And that's what I'm saying. What's the reality of this? Is just a lot of people are saying, and not a lot of people, but like some fighters say that are you guys just telling us the real tale by your responses that he is a great fighter, that he is a dangerous fighter, and you maybe just don't want to do it?
I like
the people are going to start asking questions themselves, just like Ness posed the question today, like why isn't anybody getting on the hook? Why isn't anybody saying, you know what, I'm going to shut this guy up?
Nobody.
So it's like he's really rampant, running free, saying what he want to say. And nobody's saying, hey, step into the ring then. step
We
in
got
there.
LV.
And I thought they had him with Devin. Thought they had him in there, but the contract wasn't to his liking, I guess. So it just stopped there.
And let me tell you, Devin, the Gary fight was bigger for me. I get what they tried to do with the Gamboa fight. It's like
then Gamboa.
It's like go take Gamboa and do better than the last guy. Take Gamboa and outperform Tank. I don't know that it went that way. I know he feels that way because he feels like he pitched a shutout, but people wanted the knockout, and that's what Tank gave them. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. We are talking Gary Russel Jr. on Gervonta Tank Davis, saying he based his whole career off of fighting smaller men, which is ironic, gentlemen. Brings me to the other part of the show, because he would be a smaller man from 126 moving to 130 to face Tank. But I think that's the thing. I think that's what he's saying. Like, yo, you've been fighting nothing but small dudes moving up, but now all of a sudden I'm too small. Now all of a sudden you don't want to fight this small guy. You understand? I think
that's bad.
I think it's like shots he's sending at him.
Definitely shots, and it makes sense. I mean, you go look at Gervonta, right? I'm not gonna say that every guy was moving up. I mean, I know that there's guys in there that are obviously, we're moving up. And as of late, we know about Leo Santa Cruz, right? But then, you look at, your rookies, excuse me, let me just call him Gamboa. Yuriorkis Gamboa, and you see where he was coming from, right? He came down from the lower weight classes, but, I gotta, how long was he fighting at 135, Yeah, Gamboa was coming up from lower weight classes early in his career, but, he was fighting at 133, 130, 135 for a long time. So I don't know how much of an excuse that could be, But then you look at the great one. Yeah, it's not. Then you look at Francisco, and you look at him, and he was pretty much around the same, the same weight classes. He didn't climb up like right before he fought, Tank. So, there's a little bit of merit. Liam Walsh too. I looked at because I was trying to look at the guys that were actually like they popped out of the list of guys he's fought because some of the guys I'm not familiar with. But Liam Walsh, you look at him, he was 130 pretty much the whole time. So 135. So which guys can we really? I guess nail Gervonta to the wall with, because these other guys, I can't really like give them slack for that. Leo, I can because Leo was fighting at those weight classes a lot earlier, I guess. But then again, even Santa Cruz, you look at him, and then you look at how long he was fighting at 130, and then you get your answer, right? Then you're like, okay, he came up. He just came up to fight. Yeah, so that's the one I'm going to give him the shit for.
He only had one fight there, but I mean,
I wonder if he really believes that shit though, like with Leo. Is he just trolling him, or does he really think Leo was up? Because like I thought Leo had success for sure. We talked about that. Leo did look good in spurts, and he put some moments together in rounds. But I don't know. I don't think he was winning. Like, I mean, he's got to be trolling him. And that's the part to me where like I feel like Tank. I don't know Tank. I don't know him at all. But from what I know of him, it's just surprising that he would let those things be said and not address it at all. Like, not even to come out and say, "Oh, you talk about small people. You small. You small fries. You small potatoes." Like,
straight ignore.
You small papa fry. but you know what it is, Ness. You know why Gervonta ain't paying attention to him, Ness.
Yeah, but that's what we disagree on.
Dollar bill, y'all.
That's what we disagree on. Television is going to buy that fight. Showtime buys that fight, and that's where Tank fights at. Showtime buys that fight. Secondly, we already spoke about it selling out in 4 cities. Washington, D.C.
Major markets.
Maryland or Virginia. And then
Atlanta.
We said Atlanta. So you're right. Keep bringing the dollar signs. It does make sense. I don't understand why no one is making this fight.
Well, I think the issue is exactly what Dumi was saying earlier. It's that, you look at a Leo, that fight makes money. It makes more money. It brings an attention to Tank, and it's also not like, I mean, Leo's a great fighter, and I give Tank all the credit in the world, but there was never a point that, you know, I was realistically considering Leo to be a winner, and I think very exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that could be the risk reward thing right there. And then you look at a guy like Gary Russell. I wouldn't pick Gary Russell over Tank, but I think that it's a much closer fight than Leo.
Well, TJ agrees with you because he says Gary that dangerous.
Dangerous guy, man.
Dangerous
but
guy.
He could screw up the money bag, right?
Check out the triangle, right? That people don't like to play. They don't like to play fighter A beat C just because he beat B. But Gary was thoroughly outbeat by Lomachenko, who I guess now many people feel like Tank stops Loma, but Tank really never wanted Loma.
Exactly. And how long ago was that fight, by the way?
What,
you know what I'm saying?
With Gary?
Huh?
The one with Gary?
Yeah, the one with Gary.
Man, that was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Yo, but people treat him like Broner, though. They treat him like Broner for that fight, for fighting the best in the world.
7 years ago, Ness.
Yeah, but listen, for fighting
7 years ago.
All right, and they still discredit Gary for fighting and losing to one of the best in the world. They just brush it off the way they do Broner. It's like, yo,
I think they should, though.
Nah, hell no. Why would
I mean, not just brush it off. Obviously, that's not what I mean. But at the same time, it's listen, I don't think it's a loss that should be held over his head at this point.
But they are. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
and it's unfair.
Loma beat his ass 7 years ago. And it's like, bruh, he been wanting that rematch for how many years?
And by the way, it was a majority decision. If people didn't know, one judge had it 114. And you know, and then he came in with the Joseph Diaz, you know what I mean? And this is at a time where Joseph Diaz, I felt like, had really turned a pivotal point in his you know, like, ability, right? I feel like JoJo's a better fighter today, and I think Gary caught him at a really crucial time where he was like really, you know, putting it in. I mean, my man, I think, was undefeated at the time too, if I'm not mistaken. Gave him his first loss, or really his only loss. So, you know, that's one thing you could say. And real quick, LV Slugger says, should Gary go for JoJo? IBF could entice Tank. Which, you know, goes to what we were saying for like a rematch, I guess. That could be dope. I could rock with that.
A JoJo Gary fight? Hell yeah.
A JoJo Gary fight. And then, because it's like this, right? You get an IBF belt if you're Gary, right? And you beat Joseph. So you beat JoJo, you get that IBF, and then you're much more enticing to a Gervonta whose time at 130 seems like it's fleeting, you know, because all the big fights are a division above. So if you're going to keep him there for a fight, you know, you'd assume that it's got to be, you know, to unify. And he's not going to do it with Miguel Burchett in the WBC. He's not going to do it with Jamel Herring in the WBO, both top-ranked guys. You know what I'm saying? So you find yourself in a position where you take one of the belts and you bring it to a PBC event in the IBF. But I don't know how you make that JoJo Diaz fight right now, though. Or even anytime soon. You know, he's got his mandatory coming up. Plus, he's, from what I've seen, still considering the Farmer rematch. So
I do not even know what the last name could be, but he's fighting. Well, his last name is Rakimov. I guess JoJo's fighting this guy.
Yeah. Rakimov. Yeah, I think that's how I'm pretty sure that's how you say it.
And this guy is what? This guy's dangerous dude, huh?
He's the mandatory. Rakimov. JoJo Diaz is fighting his mandatory.
Yeah. That's what we said.
This guy's undefeated. No, we're just Gary JoJo. What do you think? That fight does it do well? Is it something that Gary should chase? Maybe.
LV Slugger's point, Ness, was that you get a belt with IBF and you entice Gervonta more.
Yeah, I hear you. But he's a WBC champion. He's better off.
No, he's the IBF champion.
No, Gary Russell. He's better
Oh,
off.
Gary Russell at 126.
He's better off petitioning to the WBC. Now the issue is that the WBC champion is on the top ranked side of things.
Yeah, and the WBO champion is on the top ranked side of things. And if you look at the IBF, Golden Boy, they're right now struggling. Bernard Hopkins gave an interview over the weekend, and he admitted that, unlike some of the people that have been stone-faced about the Canelo departure at Golden Boy, he was very honest and open. He said it hurts, and it hurts just as much as people would think it would. So they might be more willing to, make a fight on the other side, so to speak. I think that was a big problem for Canelo too, is the unwillingness to work with certain sides, and the fact that he didn't want to feel like he was tied up through promotional things. You know what I mean? So I think Golden Boy needs to really shed that stigma as fast as they can.
As far as the small guys, man, I just want to go back to the small guys. I'm just gonna have to make it clear. Like I can't really give him slack. And only guy I could give him slack for as of recent is Leo Santa Cruz. So I don't know, man. I think it's about the money. And when I hit the money bell, Ness, it was not just because I wondered how much it would do in other places and does it do money. I hit the ka-ching, because I'm like, he has his eyes on Ryan. He has his eyes on the bigger paydays, and I'm pretty sure Money May and his team, they want him in positions to make a lot of money. I don't know how they manipulate that or how they get around the guy that's been talking shit for the longest.
And what if it's not Ryan though? Because it hasn't been Ryan thus far, and we've given him passes for not fighting Gary. Like everybody's on the heels of Earl, right? Because Crawford wants to fight Earl, and Crawford is saying he wants to fight Earl, and people are like, yo, fight him, and Earl's like, I'm doing the easy route, I'm cleaning up my side of the street. Understand? So where's the same energy? This is all I'm saying. You got a dude who's a champion calling out another champion. There isn't a huge weight difference. He's already fighting 126 pounders. Ricardo Nunez, he was coming up from 115 few fights before he fought Tank. So, there's no issue in making this big fight. This is a big television fight, and it's a big,
Is it the best fight? Is it the biggest fight of his life? Like, toughest fight of his life?
I don't know about all that. All I know is this. If it's not Tank, why can't it be Gary? I mean, excuse me, if it's not Ryan. Ryan. If it's not Ryan, why can't it be Gary? What's
and
wrong
it's not going to be
Gary?
Ryan. Let's all be honest. It's not going to be Ryan.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Chris Colbert feels it's happening. He's with Al.
Listen,
he's with Al, and he understands. I think it's exactly what he said, though, Mario. I think exactly what he said. They understand the money that's there. They understand the money that's in that fight. I told y'all before, it's a race to lock Ryan in. It's a link.
Absolutely.
Because he's the weakest link, but with the biggest following.
Yeah, but I think that's the point for it, though. Because at the end of the day, the fight only gets bigger. And I'm not saying that we need to marinate him or anything like that. All I'm saying is the fight only gets bigger, right, as the time goes. But also what happens is Ryan, conceivably gets better. As the time goes, and Colbert made that point yesterday, right? He said that he thinks he learned a lot in that fight, and I think you had questioned the footwork, right? And he had said that's Ryan until he gets into a fight where he is made to understand, what his footwork needs to be. Then he's not going to change that, and that was Chris saying that, and I agree with them. It's fights give you the experience that you take with you to the gym, and people think it's the opposite. It doesn't work like that all the time.
I just wonder where's all the hardcores at, man. That be saying Jamal is getting ducked, Andre is getting ducked, Crawford's getting ducked. Is Gary not in that category? Can we not put him in there and start saying people are avoiding him? Why nobody wants to unify with Gary? Like, what the hell is wrong? Like, you don't want to fight him at 26. You don't want to fight him at 30. It's a joke if he says he wants to fight at 47, and none of the 35-pounders want to fight him. I'm a little
And my
confused.
guys only got one loss
I'm a
to
little
arguably the
confused,
pound for
man.
pound at the time, right? Or I don't know
Yeah.
how long ago that was.
Yeah, but like he was.
Leo never wanted to fight him. My man went as far as touching his father. Leo never wanted to fight him. Abner, what's going on? Like, I don't know. I think it's time we put Gary in that boat. He's being avoided, man. Like, y'all can't be talking about Andre and Charlo and not talk about Gary no more. It's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
How far up does Gary go? Does he go all the way up to 135? Or
I don't think he can, bro. I think 130 is maxed out. I remember doing an interview with him on the show like years ago, and he questioned whether he'd ever get higher than 126.
Man, he said he willing to fight Tank at 35, so the man can make 35.
Yeah, I know he said that.
When he was
but
calling out Terence, he was on his social media saying he weighed 35. Listen, I was gonna get Tank on the show, but you know he suffered a loss in his family. One of his brothers passed. And,
oh man,
condolences.
Prayers.
we just giving them time, but you know he told me he'll come on and holler at us.
That's what's up. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
because 130. Yo, if he's going up to 135.
We care about Gary. We care about Gary. He's more popular than Liam Smith, Callum Smith, Craig Richards, Billing Smith, all them Smithers and all them motherfucking weirdos y'all got. He's way more popular and way more accomplished. So we care about him. Fuck you mean?
You
who care
keep pumping
about
out Smiths like.
Yo, S. Munoz on the super chat this morning says, "Why don't Gary and Tevin fight? That hand speed versus the head movement. I think it's a dope matchup. What y'all think?"
Listen,
I like that.
Listen, that was a fantastic fight, and this is what I mean about Gary. Like we keep backing the dude that got shot, not the dude out here shooting. Gary said, "I'll fight Tevin" when Tevin had the belt. Tevin is the one that lost. Gary said, "I'm gonna have to move up and fight Tevin ass because Tevin been talking about he could beat me and he want me to fight him because ain't nobody fighting him, so I'm gonna have to move up." But Tevin lost. Okay, they both wanted to fight each other. But now, does it make sense for Gary to drop his belt from 126 and move to 30 to fight Tevin, who don't have a belt?
Ken Stone said, "Loma, the only one not scared of Gary Russell Jr." Whoa.
Word.
Yeah, no, he was right, bro. Listen, because Ness hit it on the head. He talked about Leo and Abner. Like at a time that was the division. You know, if you wanted the bigger fights, the biggest fights, that was, those were the biggest fights, and they were never anywhere to be seen with Gary. You know, it took a Mexican on the opposite side of the street to fight this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like on the opposite side of the street. And so I don't know. I think Gary hasn't gotten the fight. And he matches so well. Like I went to the rankings page, right? And that's the boxingvoice.com /rankings. You can go to our website and view the rankings, and they are complete. We have all 4 major belts plus the ring in every division, so definitely check that out. And I'm looking at 130 and I'm looking at 126, and it's like, I mean, Gary matches well with so many people. I would love to see the Jamel Herring fight. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see Gary fight the winner of Burchett Valdez. I would love to see Gary Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? Like Shakur. But that might not be obviously realistic, but all I'm saying is that Gary matches well. He matches very well.
Real quick, super chat. Jackus Smith, Devin Haney called his bluff. His whole team called his bluff. I'm from the DMV. He made DC and PG County look bad. That young boy punked him. Damn.
I don't agree. I don't think
it went down
until Gary comes out and said that the contract had a date, had a venue, had a broadcaster. Those are all the things that he said it was lacking, you know. So again, you know, it's sad when these people that never have done business in their life, they just receive a check. You know, you on a W-2, you don't know nothing about 1099, you don't know nothing about no LLC or no corps. You sit here and you tell people what the fuck to do. How the hell is you gonna sign yourself? Look at poor Chris Lovejoy. That's why he ain't get a fight yet. He could have had the Dave Allen fight, but he signed himself to a contract with Don King with no dates and venues.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy, man?
So Gary's supposed to sign a date a fight with no date, no venue? Come on, man. Let's just stop.
Oh man,
Let's just stop.
yo, the praying mantis in the building.
Let's just stop.
Francis, good morning,
Look.
champ.
Morning to the whole panel, man. Morning to the whole TB
Morning.
family, man. Thank you to my Lord and Savior for another one, because without him, none of this be possible. What's going on, fellas? Sorry for
We kicking it. Oh, you all good,
I
champion.
helped the little one start to school with the wife. She's just she needed help. So I had
Let's
to
go, champ.
All
You know how it
good,
is,
all
man.
good.
The world has changed, man. The world
family first.
has changed.
kids of this age is growing up real different, man.
Real
It's just,
different.
Yo, I saw this post. Yo, I felt so bad. I sent it to my family, right? So we have a group chat. Yo, my niece started crying. I felt so bad. You know that part in Dumb and Dumber when he's reading the newspaper and he's like, "What? Haas? I know."
Yeah.
Yo, and at the top the meme said, how kids that were homeschooled through 19 to 2021 read, and like obviously it's a joke, and you know what I mean, but she took it really hard. I was like, yo, why you crying? Like, grow up. No, I was playing, but yeah, no, it's tough out there for these kids, bro, for real. Yo, real quick, LV Slugger had LV Slugger had a super chat, said Leonard Ellerby said it's 1,000% chance Tank fights one of the top at 135 in 2021. Ryan is my guess. Most green and big money fight. Look, in 2021 he gets one of the other three big fighters, possibly, but just not next. I don't think it's next. I think definitely not Ryan. I know I have decent information. I would say it's credible for sure, but I think they're going somewhere else with Ryan. Adam Segura says, I don't think Davis is the best at 135, but why is Russell bitching about other boxers? Gary only fights once a year. He can go away. Yeah, he only fights once a year because ain't nobody giving him those shots.
And he's a champion. I'm gonna leave that alone.
I don't. Yo, I swear to God, I was gonna say that earlier too. Like, everybody forgets my man's got a belt. Like, why nobody calling him?
Man,
but there's really nothing for him at 130 with PBC though.
I just don't want to ruin relationships, man. But like, it's sad that yo, people acting like he ain't got a belt. People acting like he ain't got a belt.
I kind of forgot about that,
bro. Right?
People,
Dumatron got deactivated.
Yo, all these fans,
he's the longest reigning WBC champ, man.
Listen to me, all these fans.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Yes, Deontay Wilder was. Of course he is.
Listen to me. All these fans calling in here. They call in here week after week, day after day, and they got the same energy. Oh, why Canelo doesn't unify? Why didn't he fight this guy before he left that division? Why Earl don't want that belt? He told him, get a belt. So now Gary got a belt. They literally in the chat paying to say, or saying it for free, Gary, go away. We don't care about Gary, allegedly. Like, I don't know, man.
And I don't get it. Like, if you were mad at Gary early on when he was getting those 6-round fights on HBO and wasting time slots, I get that. You know what I mean? It was a lot of people upset at that time. But, yo, my man Gary's done a lot. And I get it. I don't know. Somebody in the chat said it earlier. I don't remember who it was, but they said something like, when was the last time you've been excited for a Gary Russell fight? And, you know, I think that goes to the notion that he hasn't been able to get in there with the Abnormades of the world, the Leo Santa Cruzes of the world. You know, my man fought some hard luck guys. You know, he fought Lomachenko, right? He fought Johnny Gonzalez. Like, yeah, it was 2015, but Johnny Gonzalez has always been a tough guy, always seemed to be able to turn back the hands of time. You know, and Jojo Diaz, I was very excited for that fight. I mean, my entire family, I remember, you know, was up for that fight, barbecued everything. We treated that like it was a big time fight because it was, and I think the undercard was really good too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, look, Gary Russell, I'm pretty sure he's trying to get the fights that are obviously going to be big fights, and he's going for the guys where he could definitely make more money. But I mean, what happens if these guys don't don't take it. You know, don't bite the bait or whatever you want to call it, right? Where can he go? I mean, you're off to the side, dude. You're not fighting. Like, if these guys ain't biting, scared, or whatever you want to call it, like, you got to fight somebody. Like, who?
Paraphrase something he said, just to piggyback off your comment, your statement you just made, which is perfect. You segued right into it. I'm a paraphrase because I don't want to say word to word or mess up what he said. Pretty much he's saying, like, I have to keep my title because if they don't want to fight me with a title, I got to keep a leverage. These guys going to try to stall me out. He may trying to stall me out with a title. Can you imagine if I didn't have my title?
Good point.
I got to keep my... They trying to handicap me so I can lose my title. You know what I'm saying? On some bullshit way so that they can really stall me out. You understand what I'm saying? Because they don't want to fight me. I got to keep my title. What y'all think about that?
My thing is, why doesn't Bob send an offer for Navarrete, you know, to unify? Or did Navarrete move up already? What's up with Warrington? Why he don't want to
Navarrete moved up, bro.
What's up with Warrington? He don't want to unify?
Navarrete moved up and won the title that Shakur gave up.
Yeah, you know.
Navarrete is the current WBO at featherweight.
These promoters rather set their guys up to be multiple division champs rather than unified champs so that they don't have to cross promote, so that they don't have to deal with a Gary Russell. Because Shakur could have unified with Gary. He was chasing with Josh Warrington.
Yeah, he was chasing Josh Warrington. Yep.
Like, what's wrong with
You're
Gary?
absolutely right.
What's wrong with Gary? And this is all I'm saying. Like, nobody want the Gary smoke. What happened to Leo's belt at 126? Because he moved up to 130 and fought for Tank belt, and then he defended it and lost.
Yo, so think about this, man. The man hugged up Leo's daddy to try to get a shot at Leo, man. The man did everything he could to try to get a shot at Leo, man. Everything.
Meanwhile, boxing fans say, oh, nah, yo, he only fight once a year. Like, how much more the dude got to do? Why everybody on Charlo and Andre back? Like, what are they doing that Gary is not? In fact, let's compare it. Isn't Gary doing what boxing fans ask? Isn't he talking the most shit? Isn't he calling out people? Ain't that what y'all want Charlo and Andre to do? I woke up like, yo, why isn't Gary the most feared man in boxing?
Hey, what happened?
Why isn't he getting the headlines that say the most avoided fighter? Is he not the newest Landry Laura, or am I confused there?
No comment.
Yeah, I think it's definitely he's a name. Listen, and I'll just like try to play the other side for a second. Like, maybe those people, like you said earlier, that still hold that Loma loss over his head are like, he had his shot, he missed it, you know, which is such a flawed way of thinking. If that's, you know, because you're right, people still hold that over his head, and it was so long ago. Like, things happen. Look at Tevin Farmer. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tevin Farmer's the perfect example of what a fighter can do with time. You know, time and effort and the will, you know, to be better, to grow. You know what I mean? Like, all fighters and all athletes have the ability to grow. You know what I'm saying? Now, maybe you reach a point where you can't get any faster or you can't get any stronger, really. You know, maybe that day does come, but you can always grow. You know, the problem is that fighters, they get into a mode where, you know, they want to do things their way. I was watching the Gotti Ward Legendary Nights the other day, and I had completely forgot that Ward had taken over for Gotti's trainer, you know what I mean, after he left McGurry, Buddy. And so I'm watching it, he said it perfectly. He's like, I'm not going to change Gotti. I'm not going to teach him how to throw a left hook. Like, at this point, he is who he is. And that's what happens with fighters. But it just doesn't have to be, though. And Gary, I think, is better from the Lomachenko fight.
The funny thing you say that, I hear people saying, no, Gary's not sending an offer to this person, to that person. He's sending offers, but they don't want to fight. It's a double-edged sword, because if you fight somebody that nobody really don't know, they're going to be like, yo, Gary fights once a year and he's fighting bums. Nobody wants to fight him. Like, you can send an offer. You can send offers all day long. It's about the acceptance of the offers and the opportunity. Man, jump 2-3 divisions to try to fight somebody because nobody in the other divisions want to fight him. Isn't that crazy to you? You want to try to fight Crawford at 47?
You're a bum. Fuck that. Ain't no fucking bums.
At 130, 135, I want to fight him. That's crazy to me, man. That's crazy. They really, you know what I'm saying? They want to. Gary's smart, man. He got a team. You know what I'm saying? He got his lawyers and stuff to make sure that he not getting drugged through the mud just to make a fight. He got a family to take care of, man. He got a career and a legacy, man. Like, it's a lot that goes into boxing that, you know what I mean? You got, I'm lost, man. Like, I really am when it comes to
if I sound a little ignorant, right? But like, he's a champ, WBC champ at the 126-pound division. Mm-hmm. He's chasing these guys at the higher weight classes, right? The only guy that I saw him chasing as a late that was in his class was Leo, right? So why doesn't he? Why am I not hearing like him talk about more about the guys in his division, and maybe trying to get another belt or something?
Like who?
You're muted.
Like who?
No, Mario mentioned Emmanuel Navarrete, Josh Warrington, any of the guys at the top that are champs in this division.
Moved up. We just talked about that. Warrington, if he didn't want to fight Shakur, he ain't fighting Gary.
Yeah,
I mean, Gary's more stabbed. Gary's the longest champ in that division, and nobody calls him out. Warrington never called him out.
Yeah, like he's not doing like what I'm just trying to say is like, damn, does he get like belt. 1 or 2 more belts and maybe these guys fucking listen? I pay attention to him.
But 1 or 2
more
belts.
Yeah, I don't know, champ. That's a tough question.
Dog, 1 or 2 more belts from who? They don't want to unify with him.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
but
that's his point.
I haven't heard them say anything about Gary.
Listen to me. That's the only division where the WBC don't matter.
Yeah, for real.
Think about it.
Listen, I think no, you're absolutely right. I think though, listen, Gary's 32 years old. He's been fighting for a long time. If you remember, he was fighting on HBO when HBO was still at the top of the game, right? He was getting his 6-rounder, 8-rounders, right? People were all mad about that. He was like the co-main event sometimes for Boxing After Dark, fighting a 6, 7, 8-rounder, whatever. And I think that he has reached a point in his career where he does want the big money fights. Tank represents that big money fight. So it's not that I think he's in a situation where he wouldn't want to unify or he wouldn't fight, the Navarretes of the world or whatever. But I think that he has positioned himself where he's trying to play this chess game and he's trying to make those quick moves because he does think that he can beat these guys and he does want that big money. And how much longer does he have in this sport? A guy who's had hand issues, he's had multiple injuries throughout his career. At 32 years old, the clock is ticking. If he doesn't start putting the pressure on a Tank fight or someone of that nature now, then he does it later and it takes even longer. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, fellas, check this out. Check this out. People saying Warrington sent offers to Gary Russell, okay? Let's just leave that right there, right? Warrington sent an offer of what Shakur and them went in. Shakur's like, yo, I need more money. I need more money to fight you for a belt. You gotta give me more money. So what you think? You think that if they send an offer to if Josh Warrington sent the offer to Gary and it ain't where it's supposed to be, he's just supposed to take the fight?
Mind you, Shakur was willing to go to Warrington's hometown of Leeds, not just to the UK. He was willing to go to Leeds, man. Beat it.
Well, that fight was almost done, and then Warrington switched promoters. Yeah, that's what happened.
Then Warrington went from Frank Warren to Eddie Hearn, because
Shakur like Ness said, you think he gonna fight Gary? What are you gonna throw him peanuts to fight Gary? Come on, man.
By the way,
Francis, he's a champ, man.
By the way, when we had Frank Warren on, he made it, I wouldn't say crystal clear, but he definitely was like, yo, that was suspect as hell with what Warren said. Because there's people that have told me what happened behind the scenes with that. Mm-hmm. And painted the picture that it wasn't like a duck or anything like that. It was like Warrington was almost in a situation where he was forced to do it. And I can't really remember the specifics, but I do remember somebody telling me the story. But even so, Frank Warren was behind the scenes. Like, he was the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So, obviously, he would know.
And, Gary is 32. Yeah. And I can understand, that he wants the paydays and all that stuff. But, Gary hasn't really taken too much of a beating, man. And,
nobody touching Gary.
He got 160 rounds as a pro. 160 rounds. That's a little bit.
It's with Gary, man. Let me ask y'all a question, man.
With 32 fights.
Hey, Alex, 32 fights. As an amateur, right? Was wanted to turn pro. Let me ask you a question. You got a team. Okay, somebody sends you a contract, right? You send it to your lawyer. Your lawyer said this ain't a good contract. What you gonna do? Go over your lawyer's head and sign the deal? Are you gonna listen to your lawyer?
That's what they want, Francis. They want him to take short money to take that risk. But he's
the hell I hired a lawyer
in his career. He shared the ring with Lomachenko. Like, what is he over here? You know, doing the Floyd Mayweather Oscar De La Hoya move? Like, he's beyond that. I'm not saying he's bigger than that. If he were to do it, I would applaud him. But I don't think he should have to put himself in a situation where he's taking short money to get these fights. Like, I don't know. I mean, I get that he's not the name that these other guys are, but he's a credible foe. He's been around a long time. He's got a belt, for Christ's sakes. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Big name, common opponent with Vasil. I don't get it either.
I don't get it, bro. I don't.
Like BS, man.
You can't unify with somebody that don't want to unify with you. If you can't unify with yourself, you got to unify with a champ that want to unify. What's so hard to understand? That's so simple. You can't. You gotta unify with somebody that want to unify with you. They gotta have the same mindset.
Yeah, man.
And all these other guys obviously are in different promotions, but like Gary shouldn't have any trouble, right? Trying to reach out and get fights out of the PBC circle.
Exactly, especially out of the PBC circle.
You know, and I don't think that Al would kind of restrict him, right? And trying to get other fights outside of the PBC if he had his blessing. The man needs a fight. The man needs a fight. The man needs a fight, and he needs a good one, man. We don't want to see him in there with just any old bloke. We want to see him in there with some competitive guys.
Exactly.
Yo, so we do have a super chat from. No, wait, I read this one.
Yeah, Adam Cigaroa. Yeah, you read that.
That was the last one, right? Okay,
Coach Myers came through and said,
Coach Myers.
Charlo and Andrade moved up and won belts. Gary Russell Jr. is at 126. If you can't get a fight at 126, move up and challenge the WBC champion at 130, which is Burchell.
I don't know, man.
Doggy, that's what we talking about. That's what we talking about. And you got to ask yourself, even if Gary goes the WBC route, A, is the WBC going to do it in a timely fashion and mandate a Mexican champion to fight a slick black fighter from the opposite promotional company? Come on, man. Like,
yeah, and it's like
fighting each other right now.
And it's one of those things, like, he wants a tank because of the money that it comes with, so he's willing to take that risk if the fight were to move up, or if he was to fight him at 130, 135, whatever. But you want him to fight a Burchett, which I love that fight, I do. But Gary is he's in a less than beneficial, stature, or like physically he loses something when if he moves up. You know what I'm saying? Especially to bigger guys. Like, he doesn't have the reach. He doesn't have the height. He doesn't even have like the overall mass and size. Like, he is a smaller fighter, but he's so talented that you can vision him, fighting the Burchetts of the world and moving up. But I don't know. I just remember very clear he was struggling.
Whoops on Burchell. Are you crazy? Gary Russell? Whoops on Burchell. Whoops. Remind me, whoops on Burchell, bro.
Yeah, I don't know about that, champ.
Whoops.
Have you seen him? You've seen him. You know how strong he is.
If they make that fight, you can come my way for a bet.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
He whoops him. That means that I want like.
Yeah. You can set the number too.
Like, yeah, I want like a knockout bet.
On that fight.
Gary Russell versus Navarrete. You talking about?
Gary Russell, Burchett.
They'll never put Gary Russell Burchett. They'll never do that.
No, it won't happen. But if they did, you got a bet over here.
I love it.
Look, Lisa, this is what I'm saying. Like, these fights can be talked about, man. If they're able to be made, it's not just the Tank, it's not just the Devin,
right.
But these are the guys that represent high paydays and obviously
Gary is due for a fight, guys. He just defended it.
What'd you say?
Gary is due for a fight. He just defended versus Numbayar last year. So,
bro, that was I was gonna say that was a year ago.
Yeah, so February is right around the corner. It's 1 month. He's got to fight.
Yeah. No, and listen, he fought Tug.
Who's his number one? Who's
mandatory defense?
Jesse Magdaleno. That's a good fight. Jesse Magdaleno.
I like Jesse Magdaleno fight. Yeah, it's not the payday that he's looking for, but.
Bro, he could fight that fight, and then right after depending on how good he beats him or you know, if he wins, he could go out there and call him out right on TV. What's up? You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing in his
and
listen,
he's doing the.
he needs to move up. There's nothing in his division. Like Jesse
man.
Magdaleno, Eduardo Ramirez, and Tug is number 3 again. You need to go. There's nothing there. In your sanctioning body, not even anybody coming up makes sense.
And I know you can do it.
130. I mean,
You got the.
yeah, 126 is definitely soft for him. You know, it's a hard luck division for him at this point.
Abso-effing-lutely. Louisville Slugger said.
Oh.
Go ahead.
He says Tank versus Gary, bigger pay-per-view fight than Santa Cruz. Absolutely.
Man.
Wait,
Absolutely.
what?
Santa
Big for the
Cruz.
city, man.
Santa Cruz was just to get his marketability out there, introduce him to the Latinos. But that
Bro.
that Gary fight, yo, man, you kidding me?
You saying? Hold on. You're saying that Tank Gary Russell
Does
more
more
pay-per-view buys
Yes.
than Tank
Yes.
Leo Santa Cruz?
Yes.
Okay, I think that
I'ma
you're
tell you
wrong.
why. I'ma
But
tell you
if
why.
you're right,
Look.
you're right, it's only because Tank that fight's happening after the Leo Santa Cruz. So
No.
the residuals
Nah,
of that fight
stop.
help carry.
Nah.
That's the only
No,
way.
my argument. This is my argument, and it's short. People will actually believe Gary stands a chance. No one thought Leo was winning. No one thought Leo was winning.
A hardcore
was a-
Leo fan thought that he would win.
Man, he was
Yeah,
a
no shit.
sacrificial lamb. He was a sacrificial lamb. Al Heyman put him on a platter to take Gervonta to the next level, and he did Leo the favor. He said, look, I'm not just going to serve you up. We're going to make you a 4-time champ. How, Al? Because we're going to make Gervonta vacate. He'll fight Gamboa for a regular while you win his vacant. Now you 4-time. Now you made history. Now it's okay if you lose 1 time in a big fight on pay-per-view, my son. Thank you, Al. I'll be back. But rumor on the street is he want the rematch. He don't deserve it. You can't get knocked out
Wait,
flat like
what?
that. Yeah, Chris Colbert told us yesterday Leo wants the rematch, but you can't get knocked out flat like that and want the rematch.
Nah, bro, you gotta do
Unless
something.
you got a rematch
You
clause.
gotta do something.
No, if you got a rematch clause, it's different. Because Abner got knocked out by Johnny. And
I
he
mean,
didn't
but that's
want
not
it.
you wanting it. That's you having to get it. But that's not the situation. And my man got knocked out hard. Like, he's got to do more than the average cat that just loses and comes back. Like, you got to do something.
Riff King, you ain't even from the U.S., man. Don't make me fucking block you, man. How the fuck you know Tank versus Gary do 150? Oh,
That's some soft ass shit. Shut that soft ass shit
I mean, that's his opinion. But honestly, I don't know, champ. Like, you saying he does more than Leo Santa Cruz. You know the sport. I know how well you know the sport. I'm very surprised that you're gonna stand on that.
You know what it is, Mario? I think if you really start to foresee the future of how that fight would build up, it can do big numbers. It's just a talk, man. It's a different thing. See, Leo brought the fandom that he had already backing him up. It was already there. But
the area gonna come out for that fight.
Yeah, they need to pay. They need to pay Gary Russell for that, Doomy, because he's the reason why people are talking about it now. Like, he's marketing already for that.
So somebody's, you know, if somebody go ahead and you know, if they win, actually, because I give Gary his shot, man. But if they shut him up, you know, been talking, who's gonna shut the guy that's been calling everybody out?
Yo,
what do you put it at, Doomy?
Yo, listen to Galito. Galito says,
tanks?
do you have to be from the UK? How the hell do you know the market if you ain't from that spot? I can't tell you what the fuck Warrington and whatever other domestic fighter's gonna do because I'm not from fucking Leeds.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know, American boxing numbers are like much more reported in terms of like story headlines, and I don't know. I think that's
Man,
kind of
you
a weak
sound
argument.
crazy, man. You sound
Bruh.
crazy, man.
Yo,
you sound
Ken-
crazy. Listen. I've been to fights in DC. I'm on record saying them shits are straight up parties, that I love them. I never said I dislike the fight in DC or the DC area. How the fuck
Said
is
you
somebody
did.
in a whole nother country gonna tell me how good a fight would be in that area, man? Get out of here, man.
But you're not talking about the area. You're talking about pay-per-view buys.
In general, we talked about it from the beginning that fight will sell out.
Absolutely.
In 4 states, we said. So you telling me 4 states gonna have interest to sell it out, but they won't do pay-per-view buys?
I think that those are 2 different demographics and how you
think about what you're
configure
saying.
them.
You get one city to sell 10,000 tickets. You can't get one world to sell 100% of that on pay-per-view. They can't.
I'm not saying that it
sell
okay,
200,000
but
pay-per-views.
what's the number? Okay, but that's what I'm saying is I'm not saying it
Tank
does.
did. Same thing Tank did. Like Earl, nobody is looking for the next Mayweather and Pacquiao. They don't exist no more. This day and age, good is 250,000, 225,000. That is good this day and age.
Okay, sure, absolutely.
You know?
Nobody disagree with
so
that.
if Tank did that with Leo, who doesn't say anything. Thank you, yeah, hey, thank you, Al Heyman. Man,
yeah, but you know what he brought to the party?
What he
Come
brought?
on, he brought Mexicans. He brought the Hispanic fan base. That's what he brought. He brought all my tias and tios and abuelos who don't watch boxing every week, but they watch the Leo Santa Cruz pay-per-view.
Mikey brought him. Mikey brought him.
Mikey brought him.
Hey, real since day one. You don't hear me. You don't hear me giving out pay-per-view numbers for the UK because I don't understand that market. And the only guy I would talk about is AJ. And I'm pretty sure I've never said that AJ is gonna do any number. I've never said that. I've never said that. And that dude does crazy numbers. So you're wrong and you're lying.
Stupendous.
Yeah, of course. Yo, I got an interview with Steven Espinoza and an interview with the other dude on the bike. 250,000, 225 for a premium network is a success. You know, again, and this is from a member. That's what I'm talking. A Patreon member or a YouTube member, Carlito is. You know, he's a 3-time TBV Fantasy Pick'em League champ. But this is what I mean. You from a whole nother country laughing about what is a success. Shut your ass up and learn. That's what you want an American podcast for, to learn about American boxing.
200K, nobody's saying that that's like a record-breaking number or that. But the numbers have, look. First of all, pay-per-view numbers never did change. Mayweather and Pacquiao made it seem like the gold standard was 1 million. That's the platinum standard. Like, we got to stop pretending like 1 million was no feat. Like, It is a huge number. Okay, 500,000 is a huge number.
Listen,
okay,
this
250,000 is a success. Listen, if you're making money, it's a success.
Google Marquez and Juan Diaz. Google Marquez, Juan Diaz. You know, let me see the network that was crying when that did anywhere from 200 to 375. Look it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes don't.
They
know.
did between 150 and 200,000, which was called. It was an interesting battle with the undercard.
And now kill him. Now kill him. Kill him with this. Don't they got a rematch? Didn't they have a rematch?
At 49, they did have a rematch. At 49.95.
All right then. So that's not a success. But they did a fucking rematch, man. Shut your ass up, cause you from a whole nother country, man. You on travel ban, man. You can't even get out your country. Get out of here.
With the small purses, the return generated. Oh wait, that's for a different fight.
Oh, LV Slugger says on the super chat, DMV alone will be 150K pay-per-view buys.
Thank you.
300K plus all together.
Thank you.
I don't know. That's
a
weird
fact.
assumption.
Bruh, listen, what press conference is gonna bring in more views on free YouTube, on Showtime's YouTube? Is it Leo Santa Cruz versus Tank, or is it fucking Tank and Gary Russell?
I'll paint it to you, Mario. I'll paint it to you this way, Mario. What fight can you remember right now that was Mexican versus Mexican? There was a heated go back and forth between them that made a great fight that you could remember. Just two guys that had it in for each other.
Barrera and Morales.
All right, so I want you to hold on to that, and that's exactly what would happen with and I don't mean numbers or anything like that because I don't know what they did, but like that's the kind of energy that this fight is gonna bring. So when we say that half of it, he said that half of it, 150K would come out of the DMV, is that a lot of people are gonna get up, take their wallet out, and pay for this just off of GP because he repping my side. Like, oh, no. See, when this fight goes on, it's going to be Tank repping all of Baltimore.
I'm going to answer.
And then that spills over, right? Because Baltimore fam got fam in New York.
Uh-huh.
New York fan.
Yo.
You know, it just spreads like
I love it.
wildfire.
I love
But
it.
we're not talking about how many people are watching. We're talking about how many people are buying.
Let me get this chat engagement, please. Let me get this chat engagement. Hold on. Let me kill two fucking across the pond dummies with one fucking stone. Okay? They laughing, talking about, yo, but your interview says Espinoza says 250 is break even, not a success. Yes, in its context, because we were talking Mikey Earl, which we're gonna get 8
which
million.
are higher purses.
Thank you. Don't help me. Don't fucking help me. I can slay any fucking body. They bums, especially from the UK. Okay? So Mikey, and fucking Earl, if they do 250 on Showtime, it's $20 million. Okay? Tank did 200 and let's say 50. That's $20 million. But subtract the 25, right? Because the number was 225. Now you tell me Tank got 10 million or what? What he got? 15 million? You fucking dummies. Get the fuck out of American business, dog. Stay in your UK pound shit. You understand what I'm telling you? Matter of fact, let's give you the real number. 225,000 pay-per-view buys at $80 is 18 million, but that's not a success for the network. Cause why? Cause they overpaid Tank what? 16 million? You fucking dummy. Shut up before I time y'all both out. I don't want to hear nothing else for 30 minutes from the two of you stupid. You both in the corner with the dunce hat.
Damn, my man went off. Adam Segura says, let's admit not every pay-per-view should be $75. I'll be the first to admit.
But I pay 80. Right. But I pay 80 for Tank, so Tank made 18 million. They mad.
No. Listen, I think that the problem with Doomy's argument and the basis of that is this. I've heard that the DC, Maryland, those fight fans are hardcore fight fans. Ness just said a little bit ago, it's like a party, right? So if you got 10,000 people that would have bought the pay-per-view but now are at the fight, and then you got other people, like, yes, the interest will be great, but are everybody buying the pay-per-view individually? Like, you know, they're partying, they're going out to bars. It's a party type of thing, like with soccer or with football, like you see it, right? That's how they treat it. That's how, listen, I probably take away 15 pay-per-view buys every time, you know what I'm saying, there's pay-per-view, because I have at least 15 dudes at my house that would have bought it. Maybe not that many, like 10 would have bought it, but don't, because they come over to my house every time, you know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is that I don't know, 150,000 people in one area to buy pay-per-view is a lot. That's a lot.
Excuse me. I mean, look, man.
I just think for a big fight, asking the world, you know, or at least the 51 states to buy 200,000 pay-per-views isn't a big number. That's not a big number, especially when you got a good fight. This fight will sell itself because they have two guys that will be talking. Gary could take the I've been chasing you for X amount of years. Showtime can get creative. Show Gilly the Kid after Tank's fight with Gary, calling him all types of names. Youngin, nephew, lil dude, shorty. I mean, yo, when is somebody gonna stop Gary from disrespecting him? Gary just talks however he want to whoever he want. I'm just saying. He's my 2021 most avoided fight of the year. I'm doing it right now.
Most avoided and talking the most.
Here we
cocky.
go. We got another dude from another dude with pounds in his wallet telling us about pay-per-views. 225 pay-per-view buys is considered poor in the UK. Keyword in the UK. In the UK, with your $20 pay-per-views, $19.99 sometimes. Let's be real.
You are sitting in your mum's spare rooms, just tickling your bollocks.
And listen, no one's here bragging that we pay 80, but it's just math.
I know, right?
It's just
nobody
math.
You losers, you don't pay as much as us.
It's just math. It's just math, though. 225 for us costs more, and it makes more for the network.
Right. You're right.
So, don't be mad.
Yo, Ken Stone said something on the super chat. Wanted to get to it. He said LSC Frampton trilogy after Carl beats Herring.
Leo Sampson Cruz Francis trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't know. That would be if Frampton beats Herring. Why would he be giving Leo a shot?
I guess that money, that audience, maybe.
Leo's coming off a loss. He gonna want him to do something.
Yeah, but I thought that if you lose to this guy, they ain't gonna crash down on you. I don't know. And what have you done for me lately? It's over to the story.
Yo, shout out to Rue.
No casual. No casual by his guy. I never said Gilly's podcast. He was on Gilly's live on his Instagram right from the fight. That's what you see. You misunderstand.
No, why you answering non super chats?
He's
Members.
He's a member. He's a member.
Oh, they
dog.
were member. Oh, my bad.
Members is
My bad,
members.
big dog. Shit.
Member
Members
love.
is
Gotta bite my head
members.
off.
I do the member love. I do the Patreon love.
All right. Hey, you know what? You a good guy for that.
Yeah, man.
Are you not entertained?
I'm over here counting pockets.
You gotta be. They need to be counting pockets. Talking about 225,000 pay-per-views ain't a success. Call him Trippy Red. That's your name.
Trippy Red.
Alex Jones on the super
garbage
chat.
rapper.
Exchange rate. Pound worth more than the dollar.
Yeah, but your pound don't cost.
But it
more
ain't
in
four
the UK.
times the amount of
No, Mario. There is no exchange rate for you if you live in the UK. You just have a pound. It don't matter that your pound costs more in America unless you're gonna bring it to America. Don't you get it? So
But his point is that
What?
$20 is more to them than it is to us by the pound, which doesn't make any sense because we're talking about $80 versus
Mario. You have
Let's hold on. I gotta break out my I gotta break out my calculator for
I'm not saying he's right, Ness. You trying to bite my head off. I'm
biting everybody fucking off.
I'm
and
trying
it
to
ain't they
make clear
head,
his
'cause that
argument,
sound
which is
crazy.
wrong.
Go ahead, Alex.
He's biting your head off.
Yo, he trying to fight
Yo, everybody going down today.
Go ahead, Alex.
Yo, Mario
Got it.
tripping.
You know, bro, I'm just trying because I don't think you understood what his argument was.
Listen, I'm telling you, he has no argument, right?
I'm telling you the same thing.
Cause look, he's in Canada. It's a different exchange rate for him, just like it's a different exchange rate for us. So it's like this: UK, America, Canada. But guess what? You think he feeling the difference? Or he care if I'm buying the milk for $2.69? He's buying it for the equivalent of his money, brother. Now his money only matters if he's coming to America.
Exactly.
Damn, what the fuck? Like y'all so
But
silly.
the point he's making, listen. But the point he's making is that when he goes to pull out a $20 bill to pay for something, it means something different than when we pull out a $20 bill.
What does it
That's
mean
the
different?
point he's trying to
Explain.
make. But it's not a valid point.
Okay, but
I'm on your side.
All right,
it's not
I'm
a valid
asking
point.
you to explain what is the difference for him and us.
I'd like to know too.
The difference is, and listen, again, I'm trying to
argue
shed light
someone
on
else's
his
point. Exactly.
I just want to make his point clear because I didn't think you got it. His point is that the exchange rate, right, is higher, so the pound is worth more. So when he sees the $20, it looks more like what we would see like a $40. I'm not saying that's accurate. I'm just saying that's the point he's trying to make, is that it's worth more so that when $20 is a price tag for something, you know, you go like, ouch, as opposed to over here where you see $20 and it's not as much. That's the point I think he's making.
He's trying to take a weak ass shot, and the shit don't make sense.
No, it don't make sense. It don't make sense.
Taking a weak ass, you can't clear up. Don't make sense, yo.
But the reason don't make sense is because
he always
$80
trying to help somebody else. That's what it is. That you can't help my man. He don't know what he's talking about. Like,
bruh, I'm not helping. I'm making his point clear. I'm making his point clear that he super chatted for.
Listen, and as far as Charlo, right? He says, oh, so now Charlo's a success. Didn't he do 120?
Yeah, I think it was like 120.
All right, so 120 times 80 is only 9 million. Now you got to subtract the half for the Pavada. You see why you don't know nothing about America? That's it. Carlito, next dumb shit you say, you on timeout. Because you see, this is why you have your own calculator. Everyone's phone comes with it. You understand? Now you got to think about how much they had to pay Big Charlo, Lil Charlo, how much they had to pay Jason to convince him. You tell me which one is a success, which one isn't. Like, this is not math class. I didn't go to school to be a teacher, and I ain't got time to teach you. Okay?
Okay.
That being said, you lose
Mr.
again.
CYP, man.
You lose
What's wrong
again.
with this guy, man?
You lose again.
18 million, not including gate or sponsor. That's definitely isn't a financial failure.
No, don't say nothing. They just. It's so sad that we have this ridiculous battle, UK versus America. Like, dog, y'all do y'all thing. We happy for AJ. Like, we love that he gets 90,000, man. Like, stop hating on our people. Damn, telling us what's good and what's bad all the way over here. Palm water got y'all drunk, man. Let's go to these callers, bro.
Yo, you talking about Adam?
Who the hell is Adam?
Adam
Figueroa?
Figueroa, yeah.
Figueroa?
Don't
Y'all talking about?
Don't nobody know Adam, and Adam ain't no member. Is you a Patreon? With 2 D's, you can't even be a Patreon with 2 D's. What the hell is that?
Well, he was super chatting earlier. That's why I didn't know if you
never
had
seen him super chat.
the accent.
Nah, he you retracted his
I didn't retract shit. I can't retract.
Said the boxing voice erased.
I cannot retract. I could only time out or remove, and I don't be removing comments. I'll time your ass out in a heartbeat. But Adam said nothing to me. So I don't know.
I'm about to
Anyway,
go
let's
on
open
to
it up.
chat.
Let's open it up, man. Let's open it up, man. Remember, we're talking Gary Russell, man, not pounds and dollars, man. Dudes always want to have a beef, man. Let's fight in the ring. Didn't Canelo just beat the shit out of one of y'all? Let's talk about that. Y'all want to talk about pounds and dollars and pay-per-view buys. No, let's debate that. Let's debate your guy getting beat up by our guy or our guy getting beat up by your guy. If that's what y'all want to talk about. Y'all want to talk business about American shit. Oh, nosy motherfuckers.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I'm ready!
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Yeah, real quick before, we get to these callers, just remind you to go ahead and smash that thumbs up button and the subscribe button. It does help with the growth and the visibility of the show. We got over 360 people watching, listening around the world. We appreciate you so very much, but we only got 99 thumbs up. Let's get that number to 150, 200. We believe in y'all, and you believe in us, and we appreciate y'all. Let's get out to these callers, man. Gary
99? You
99.
For real?
Yeah, 99.
You gotta hit the refresh shit.
Man. Let me see.
Good vibration.
Oh, good job, France. They got up to 126. That's still too low, but
the 150,
99. I can't believe it was at 99, bro. We should. You know what? That's it. Show's over. Pull the plug.
And if you are listening to the show real quick and you're interested in becoming a member, look into the video description and you will see the join this channel link. Click on that link and you will be forwarded over to.
Look at this guy. Now I want to know. Oh my God. I hope you put that in quotes because you heard someone say this bullshit. You seen this super chat? You seen this super chat from
Alex
this guy?
Jones says,
Alex Jones. Yeah, he just said that.
Ahead.
What?
Also, Alex Jones says also. Go ahead, you read it.
I'll read it. Alex Jones from the UK says also African American fans don't buy pay-per-view. Now where in the fucking hell did you get that information?
So wait.
Let me take a look at your analytics.
So wait a minute. Only white people and Hispanic people bought Mayweather pay-per-views.
Boo this man!
Man, who are these people, man? And where do y'all come from, bruh? For real. Ain't Alex Jones like a weirdo in politics too?
Nah, he got shut down, poor guy.
Yeah, Alex Jones. Yeah, but I don't. That's
went crazy, guy. I think.
There's probably like a lot of Alex Jones. I thought when he first joined, I thought that's what he was doing. It was like making a screen name, but his name got to be Alex Jones.
Yeah,
it's just too common of a name.
Yo, he needs to take the rest of the show off, man.
Alex, you might have just. I think you're missing a few words in whatever you're trying to say.
Like what?
I wanna see his avatar. I tried to zoom in. It gets too blurry.
I got one thing for you, champ.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy, man? You kidding me or what?
Crazy, man. Crazy.
Go away! Go back to the dock where
So
you
let me
belong.
ask you something. Cause we still got hating ass Rob hating in the chat from the UK saying
what Rob say?
That 225,000 isn't a superstar. And
I mean, it's
I don't think it's a superstar, but I think that it is on par with superstardom, you know? Cotto Martinez, which Sergio Martinez was known for already knocking out Paul Williams. He was showcased on HBO numerous times. Cotto was already
Chavez.
Everything that he was. Cotto had already fought both Mayweather and Pacquiao, and they did 350.
And Martinez,
they did
350,000.
Yeah. So, and that's 2014 on HBO, which was back then one of the only networks. You know, Showtime had just started dabbling. You know, they were 2 years in, not just started, but like heavy. That's when Heyman crossed over in 2012. So all I'm saying is, if Miguel Cotto and Sergio Martinez did 350, and you compare Tank and Leo, and they doing 225, he is doing well, just like Earl is doing well. These are good numbers. These are good numbers.
This is what it is. It represents the tier of stardom, right? Okay, so how many fighters today do 250,000 pay-per-view buys? That's what you got to ask yourself.
None.
It is. Listen, it is there. He's in the top 2-3% of fighters that pay-per-view buys like that would even get that much. Like fighters that we think are, you know, big names. I mean, what would they do if they were on pay-per-view? You're probably talking in the 50,000s, maybe 100,000, depending on the fight, right? 250,000 today puts you in a certain tier, and that puts you at least in the top 5% of fighters. I mean, you know, obviously I'm pulling numbers out of my ass, but you get what I'm trying to say, though.
Pulled up, man. I got all the numbers. Shout out to Chris Carlson.
All the numbers.
Shout out to Chris Carlson from the Rope-A-Dope podcast, man. One of the people that gave me my start early in the beginning, and
Chris
he sent me this. He sent me this years ago. He says, "Oh, I know y'all talk numbers a lot," and I remembered it. Triggered. Boom! I went to my text, and here you go. Hopkins versus Roy Jones Jr. 2. In 2010, that shit only did 150,000. Those are allegedly.
I didn't even think it did that much.
Those are allegedly two legends. That
was a bad promotion.
Golovkin was a darling. Golovkin was a darling. Everybody thought he was this super duper star. You know, I had people calling in here, man. You had to see the amount. Yo, he did bring out callers, bro. He had so many people arguing how he was a star because Jordan signed him. Him and Lemieux did 150. 150, but y'all hating on Tank.
Hey, I'm not surprised,
What did he do in that Monte Carlo pay-per-view with the Japanese fighter?
Monte Carlo pay-per-view wouldn't be an American pay-per-view, champ.
But it was sold in America.
No, that we got that on TV, HBO.
I promise. Then we're thinking of a different fight. I'm talking about the guy that starched out Kirkland.
You talking about Nobuhiro Ishida?
Yes.
Yeah, look
that
it
was
up.
pay-per-view.
Look it up, bro. Look it up.
It was pay-per-view. I'll look it up right now.
Yeah, man. To everybody in UK talking all that talk.
Take the L out of lover. It's over, brother.
Keep it, because it's over. Y'all beat. I don't know
what
what y'all
say.
Take the L out of lover. It's over, brother.
That's gonna come in handy.
Yo, and you know,
yeah. CYP said it real quick. I'm sorry, Doomy. He said it. Wilder, Pac, Canelo, Earl, Tank, Charlo's only current pay-per-view boxers, and that's the point. It's like, how many guys that would attempt to do pay-per-view would even get to 150,000?
And now hold on. And here's a good. I'm glad he said that, because there goes another fucking stat. A heavyweight in Deontay Wilder did like what, 275? Was with Luis Ortiz?
Luis Ortiz, yeah.
And Tank, a lightweight. Matter of fact, since the UK want to get involved in our shit, why don't you show me your 130-pound pay-per-view star who's selling $20 pound pay-per-views out there? Where he's at? He don't exist.
Ortiz 2 did 225.
He don't exist. So a heavyweight did the numbers of a lightweight, or a lightweight did the numbers of a heavyweight, but somehow they trying to hate. They trying to hate somehow and call this man not a star. I swear, man, the hatred is crazy.
Look, the word star is relative. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like a star, right, in boxing right now? Absolutely. Like, is he that crossover quintessential like Mayweather star? No, of course not.
He's a fight away.
They get all antsy, man. I want to hear what they got to say.
He's a fight away. I know that. Well, we giving him a lot of ammunition, man. The number to call in is 14255695241. Press 1 time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. See, look, I could talk all the shit I want, but I give you an opportunity to call in and talk some shit right on back. Right on back.
Stupendous.
I got Blog Talk.
Wisconsin, Adrian, what up?
Hey, what's good? What's good? Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. You know, hey, bro, come back to me, man. I got
No problem. You got that GPS. I hear you. Hawk, Maryland, talk to me. Actually, we got a ring on the line. Bo in Bama. What it do?
Mayorga not only trying to block Lewis from getting into the ring, he once told us he knocked down a horse. Remember that?
But the horse got up at 4.
And he did it with his left. The president-elect of Costa Rica guaranteed him $100,000 if his promise comes true of 3 or less. Promoter Don King said he's throwing a Corvette.
He says that he would like to thank God and Don King for this opportunity that he can go forward with his family and progress from poverty, you know.
Yeah, shout out to Bo, Riddick Bo, Bo Mac, Bo Jackson, his Bo and Bama. Shout out to the whole panel, man. Francis, Mario, Doomy, Ness. I like when everybody here. I got 2 points. My first point is the Gary Russell joint, man. Honestly, all that one-time fighting a year, all this, that, and the other. Now he asking for specific fights. Bro, take the offers that they making you. If you don't like the offers they making you, it is what that's on you. But at this point, he needs to take the offers that they making him. They said Warrington made him offer, take it. Haney made him an offer, just take it, bro. You want to fight so bad, take the offer. They made the contract in like a day because he was begging for it, and then when he get it, he got a problem with it. The other point I got is the thing that's been going on.
Wait a minute.
Nah, he got to take it. He got to wear pink gloves. He got to.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Bo. So you telling me.
He got to come out with.
You telling me, Bo, what do you do for a living?
I sell cars for a living.
All right, so if I said, Bo,
now check me out.
No, hold on. If I call you on your private line and be like, yo, Bo, guess what? And you're like, what? I'm like, yo, I'm about to open up this car dealer. I'm starting February 1st. I want to sign you the contract to come work for me for a year. I fax you a contract and you sign it, but I don't give you a fucking date to start, and I don't give you where the hell the dealer's at. Come on, man. Don't be crazy today, man. Don't be crazy today, man.
All right. So you make me that offer, but it's something that I've been wanting. I've been wanting to work with you with a dealership. I mean, I ain't gonna know
I'm not telling you what a dealership is. You don't even know what a dealership is. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not in your contract. It don't say you're gonna be working at 52 Brunswick Avenue at the Honda dealer. It don't say that. It just say I'm giving you a job at my dealership to be announced.
It's one time, one contract. He gonna get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for this.
Gary said, damn, Gary is on the Last Stand podcast saying that it wasn't, that they wanted him for more than one fight. Like, which I don't listen to these interviews. They said that.
All right.
He said that.
I feel like the next contract offer he get, if it's reasonable, he should take it. That's all I got on Gary Russell, the super internet thug Gary Russell. Anyway, also the
Yo, they want him to take short money, Ness. That's what it is. That's what it is.
No,
Ness.
the other thing I got is on the Marvin. The other thing I got is on the Marvin Hagler, man. Everybody, they keep bringing. I don't even like Marvin Hagler being a part of the Four Horsemen due to this. All the fighters that we know him fighting moved up from 140 and 140. It's like Triple G fighting Errol Spence and whatnot. Know what I'm saying? Like I don't really respect Hagler like that. Duran moved up from like 40 or 30. Hearns moved up from 47. Hagler was at 60 the whole time, bro. And he lost to Sugar Ray, who come up from like 40 as well. Like I don't really respect him like that. He beat no notable names other than the guy from the UK I can't remember his name. Mentor not Barry Mentor, but the brother. He beat him at 60, but other than that, he didn't really do nothing at 60. He beat Alan Mentor, and he got famous off that fight because it was some racial tension.
And I wanted to know how old Bo was, or at least if he was old enough to be watching during that time, because that's a unless you were around or you're like a really big historian, that's a.
Yeah, he's gonna make me go back and look at Marvin.
I know. That's what I was like.
That's my boy.
For real, bro. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna go back and see if this man is.
What I am gonna go back.
Yo,
to
do me.
Yeah.
Now that you're on, CYP's asking what happened to his emoji, man. Call of the year supposed to get an emoji.
Absolutely, we've been waiting for our guy to finish up. Everything was sent out, and absolutely, bro. Once this is in, matter of fact, I'll check in now to see maybe if it was ready. But yeah, it was sent out. It's supposed to be, already finished up. So I'll check in on it for you while the show's going on. But before I do that,
Adam. Now I see why you've been timed out, man. You can't be calling callers retarded. They calling in. They have the heart and courage to call in. You need to call in before you could call anyone. Everything, because if you call in, then you can literally say it on your call. Like, man, that last caller before me was, slightly off his rocker. But like, you can't be in the,
Go
in
ahead,
the chat.
go ahead.
You can't be in the chat.
I don't know what you're looking at yet, but I can't wait till I get to it.
No, I'm just saying.
Go ahead, do me.
You can't be in the chat taking shots at callers because you
Nah,
are
right.
in your home and you are being. You in your safety zone. The callers are at least vulnerable. They there. We can hear them. You know what I mean?
By the way, even if you are a caller, you should.
You're in the Reserve Officer Training Corps. These guys are on the front line. You know what I'm saying? So why don't you call, champ, and get on the front line? Maybe you didn't mean to say what you said. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you need to clear things up before the black cloud.
Give us a ring and swing.
He's on top of you, and then it rains and it pours, and then some lightning hits you. No, just kidding. Boxing expert says 2 gatas roaming the back alley of the pay-per-view gates. 2 cats.
You talking about the Charlos?
Yep. Alex Jones, okay. Super chat. Majority of pay-per-view buys come from YTS. I have no idea what that is.
The Young Turks?
YouTube sales.
Oh, YouTube sales. Is that what it is for real?
Hell no, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. What is YTS?
Yeah, you're like the armed forces with these acronyms.
Youth Tackle Service? I don't know.
I really thought it was what Ness said.
I swear to God, he said YouTube sales. I'm like, oh, of course. Like, he just sounded so confident when he said it. I absolutely believed him.
Candy Slam 501 says, what does Tank versus Ryan do? I say 450,000. Great money.
Yeah, I think 450.
I'm putting it at a milli.
I say it when you can.
Yo, and let me explain. I could give you one more failed Gennady Golovkin pay-per-view, but then he got with Canelo and he got to $1 million. You understand? So he was doing 10% or less than 10% 2 times, but then he got with the right dance partner and voila.
Which one?
Counterpunch.
He did 150 with Lemieux, then he did 170 with the other dude he fought, which was Jacobs. And then he went into the Canelo fight. Then he went to the Canelo fight, and they did like 1.5 or 1.3, something crazy like.
Damn, Jacobs, they only did 170. You said?
Hell yeah, Google it, champion.
Wow.
Damn, we were actually like kind of sad about that.
And that's what I'm saying. These UK dudes trying to tell me Tank not a star, but Daniel Jacobs suffered cancer, took a tumor out his spine. The doctor said you'll never fight again. He became a poster child for fucking cancer. He comes back not only to box, but to be a champion again. And he fights Gennady Golovkin, who's allegedly the only dude close enough to destroy Bernard Hopkins' title defenses, most feared middleweight, and they only did 170, yo.
Yo, so we got a couple of super chats here. Yo, this is like
counterpunch. Bo with the counterpunch.
We got a few super chats. Says
we'll do the super chat. C-Dub says Gary. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Gary Pose went to 130 versus Burchell. Press the WBC. Yeah, but I think we all understand. Listen, Charlo tried to press the WBC. We all understand. Like, it's what I told y'all. Like, Mauricio Suleiman is a Mexican-based sanctioning body. Do we really believe that he's gonna have Gary Russell, the slick black fighter, put pressure on his Mexican champion.
Yeah, put his feet to the fire.
he's gonna put not only the pressure on his Mexican champion, but the homegrown Mexican champion. Man,
Word.
I don't buy it.
No. You're absolutely right about that.
That petition will take so long. Gary would need an in-between fight.
Osiris MMA says, didn't Wilder send AJ an offer without any venue, date, broadcaster? Guess that wasn't a serious offer, huh? Chill, man.
Listen.
The red coats are coming.
Listen. And let's be real. In retrospect, his offer was not taken serious. And Eddie Hearn's excuses were, how could we sign something that doesn't tell us the date and venue?
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, it was good for Eddie to back out the AJ Wilder fight, but today Gary is a duck. He's lying. He's capping because he ain't accepting offer with a date and venue. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I see.
It's called.
You got Boston Jared.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, brother.
Boston Jared says Ray Seals, Willie Monroe Sr., John Mugabe, Juan Domingo Roldan, and Mustafa Hamsho were all excellent wins. Hagler, one of the greatest of all times. Goats.
Okay.
Yo, shout out Boston Jared. Yeah,
I needed that, man. I really did.
Right. Coach
well,
Myers.
Bama Bo's on the counterpunch. So
yeah, we got Coach Myers with the last one.
Coach Myers with the last one says, "Who is Alex Jones? I'm not feeling his comments towards a certain race. Do we want to fight in border wars so we can sort all this out?"
Yeah, I know.
Coach Myers don't play, dog.
I knew that was not gonna fly.
Don't make him put the jumpsuit on. Don't make him put the jumpsuit on.
You running at full speed, he walking at you.
And still catch up somehow.
And still right behind you.
Yo, still right behind you.
Let me get to.
There's a counterpunch from Bama
Bo.
Yo, so Ned, you hear me?
Yeah.
We hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
Hello? Yeah. So Ned, would you like to have border wars broadcasted on television network, whether the Zone, like Showtime, PBC, something like that with MTK, one of those? Would you like to have border wars broadcasted on that?
Not if they can't give me no date. Because then I can't promote it and I can't set up a fight.
So we offer.
I can't get no fighters to fight on my card because I don't know what date MTK or DAZN or whatever network you say offering me.
Mind you,
they
that was
gotta
literally
give me
a yes
date.
or no question.
They gotta give me a date.
Okay,
They
so we'll
gotta
say
give
yes.
me a
Let him
date.
say
That
yes.
was a
Just say yes
yes or no
for the
question.
argument. Go ahead.
Let's take this walk with Bo,
Hey
champ.
Mario,
Yeah, let's take the walk with Bo.
Hey Mario,
Now you need my phone.
could Stephen Shaw fight on HBO? No, not until they send Lou DiBella a fucking date.
Go ahead, Bama. Yes, of course we would want to be televised.
I'm gonna restart this
Thank
time.
you, Mario.
I'm gonna restart this time, and I ain't gonna interrupt. But that was corny.
So, come on, man. So yes, you would like to be broadcasted on a TV network with border wars.
Of course.
We offer you $100,000. You can distribute it to your fighters or whoever, however you want to do it. But we don't have a time yet, and we don't have a venue yet, and we don't even know which channel it's going to be broadcast on. It could be on the Zone. It could be on ESPN Plus. We don't know yet, but we're going to get you put on TV. You going to turn it down?
Absolutely.
It's just one time, one event.
I'm turning it down.
Oh my God, man.
You ain't got no date. You not locking me into limbo.
Because then they say,
contract.
you agree?
That's
well,
cool.
it's in
and
Ireland.
I respect it. It's cool. But in the future, you can't be crying and complaining when you don't get what you want. We offer.
Check it. Like, let me just chime in for 2 seconds. Like, I get the point Bambo was trying to make. Is that like you want something to happen for you? So like, when you really want something to happen for you, you're gonna take it any way you can. But like, just going back to what we're trying to push is that there's a conduct of business that has to be. You got to conduct business a certain way in order for things to fall into the right place all around. If he takes that contract, no venue, no nothing, he is literally agreeing just to the money. But then again, he doesn't know if he has to travel to the UK. He doesn't know whether he has to prepare a certain way in order to.
No. Listen, they had a date. It was the Gamboa date. It's the Gamboa date. But that's what Gary is saying. Like, if we negotiating, how you already got an established date, you know, but no network either. It's a lot. Listen, it's two different sides because Bill has told us a whole different side, you know. But Gary told the Last Stand podcast and Brian Custer a different side, man. There's always two sides to a story, and you know, the biggest. I don't care what happened in those negotiations. All I care about is him not being able to get a fight. So it's the same Wilder AJ situation, right? So Rob is saying, well, at least Eddie wanted to sit down with Finkel to discuss. And that's what they need to do. Whoever's willing to fight Gary, sit down and discuss. Sit down and discuss. You know, the Gary Devin stuff was too public. It was too public. That doesn't get fights done. It was too public. You know, they need to revisit those negotiations and maybe keep it out of the media.
Yeah, keep it a little bit behind the doors. It was out there when they were. All of this stuff was really happening on the forefront, not behind the door or behind the curtains, as they say. Show Kid 2005 did come on the super chat. Says, I just hope Gary, which is Gary, get a big fight soon. If he waits any longer, he's going to be out his prime, and people will say he wasn't great. I mean, yeah, man. Look, if you're sitting out this long and you're only fighting once a year, that's going to be your story. And I don't think that's what Gary wants. You know, when Bama says that, you know, I kind of like, I see the point that you're trying to make. You're kind of just being left behind. So just take something and then kind of let things fall into place the best way they can. I don't know if that's something that Gary wants. Gary, I think, wants something sure, something that's solid, something that's, you know, spoken of before he jumps in full, you know, head first. Like he said, y'all want me to give up my title at 126, go up to 130, and not get a shot at the title. That's what it is, man. Who's next? Shit don't make sense. Who's next?
So who's next is Brandon in Cincinnati.
Brandon in Cincinnati.
Hey, whole nother time zone. Jumped up back with our mind on. Can't play when you here, get your life stole. If you bring it here, then the price grow. Folks jabbing and punching the line long. I drop a pigeon, let 9 go. We slap with the fake glass and white go. This only happens in Ohio.
Yo, what up? Top of the morning, gentlemen. How I sound?
Sound good to me, champ.
Okay, but yeah, man, I've been saying this for years that Gary Russell's being ducked. I always said the three most avoided fighters in boxing: Bud, Gary, and so yeah, my stance ain't changing, man. He's being ducked. Only way he's gonna get a Tank fight is if he changes his last name to Garcia and he learns Spanish or some shit. Cause Tank ain't fighting nobody but Hispanics and Latins, man. So he could kiss that fight goodbye. They following this so-called green print bullshit that I don't think is even real. So as far as him getting a Tank fight, it ain't gonna happen. As far as people saying he only fight once a year, that's bullshit. Because he was fighting twice a year, and he was fighting lower level guys. People say he was fighting bums, so they'll find something else to complain about. And I'll just take a pay cut. Like, okay, if you want to take a pay cut from somebody like Tank, I understand that. But ain't nobody taking no fucking pay cut to fight Josh Warrington or Devin Haney's young ass. That's crazy. What the hell have they done for me to have to take a pay cut to fight them? So yeah, Gary being ducked, man. I think it's weird, man. Like I said, he ain't getting that Tank fight unless he learns Spanish and changes his name to like Lopez or some shit. Because that's what Floyd and them on. It's sad, but that's my call.
I changed his last name now.
Bill just hit me and said he waiting on that contract from Tio, but he ain't seen shit yet. So, see, that's.
I'm wishing on a star.
They going to Camboso.
Until they get no, but the Camboso thing might not happen because of the travel ban. Remember, Australia on locky.
Come on
right, now. That's right.
Australia on lock.
Now.
No, but I don't know why you're saying what you're gonna do now. Like his video with Ellie Setback doesn't clearly state we sent an offer to Cambosos. We gonna see what's up with that. If not, we moving on to Devin Haney. Yo, people love to try to make people look like ducks so quick, so fast, so easy, man. I swear, it's
You
funny.
do that
this sport.
sometimes too, though.
I don't do that. I don't do
Did
that.
somebody say duck?
I don't do that. I don't do that.
Little rubber ducky.
Let me get to my ringer.
I think everybody does
Let me get
that
to my
a little
new ringer. Let me get to my new ringer. My new ringer. What up, landlord? Talk to me.
Just listening, fellas.
Oh, all right, champ.
Don't ask that
King
question.
Born, you here? Talk to us.
King Born.
When you see old dirty bastard fall in a position like that, then you know that I'm getting ready to bust your.
Yo, morning. Peace. Listen, man, I'm in the rugged lands of New Mexico, but I got beef with Gary Russell. And I said it, and I'm going to say it again. Yo, Gary, man, stop fighting these dudes that make chicken and lamb combination over rice. Stop fighting Sanchez and the Mexican selling chickamaugas and all that. Fight, man. You
Yo, Chip, you out there in the truck.
Hey,
We're going to come
what
back
happened?
to you. And Bill said, as far as Gary, he missed out an opportunity to make $1.5 million in the 2020 during the pandemic. His wifey, hot as shit right now. Yeah, and I get it. Listen. And again, I love Bill, and I ain't trying to ruin no relationships. You know, I want you to keep calling. I want you to keep listening like that. But, like, at the end of the day, yeah, he missed out on 1.5, but what were the terms? He obviously wasn't happy with the terms. Something was wrong there that he didn't.
Well, he said that there were certain terms missing that he needed to know before accepting something like that, and that's what he said. That's what he said to Brian.
Yeah, well,
and listen, I get Bama's point, right, about making that money, right? Because it's like if the fight's the most important part, and you got to get covered, then I see how people look at Gary like, yo, he missed out. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta look after my investment.
I don't know. I was just bummed we didn't get that fight.
Gotta look after the investments, man. That's all Gary was doing, you know. But I think that if they really sat down and really tried to make the fight, we'd see if Gary was really serious or not. We know Devin's serious, you know. The money was there. Obviously, the other details weren't there, but you know.
Candy Slim says Gary Abner, and look, I would like the fight if Gary gets the fight, but we all know that's a cash out for Abner, man. Abner don't look
Abner's.
Right. I gotta see more of him from like
he don't look right on commentary, let alone you know what I mean.
Be honest with you, champ. Like, yo, if the money's there and I like the money, like I mean, I could understand certain details. Yeah, like certain details that I would want to know, but like what weight am I fighting at you or fighting you on, and where? I mean, besides
those
that,
are the most important things.
I think that's one of the most important things. Like where, when, and what division. Like, and if I got those details, I could say, all right, let's keep moving forward. Give a fuck if they tell me.
I bet
I'll wear the pink gloves.
Let me get to these callers, fellas.
I bet he regrets it a little bit, though, right? Gary, y'all think so?
Maybe. Who knows?
Right?
We'd have to talk to the champ
at this point.
Man, I tried to tell Colbert Gary. He said Gary ain't gonna want to fight him because he don't represent nothing to Gary.
Yeah, he didn't seem very interested in that fight either, though, to be honest with you.
I mean, just because he understands his position.
Not right now.
I think it's because he understands his position as far as,
100%.
I'm behind Gary. Gary's chasing them. You know what I mean? So,
he was being realistic.
Yeah.
He was being realistic. Yeah, absolutely. No, I don't think it's like a duck thing or nothing.
LV Slugger, talk to me.
TBV fellas, what up?
What up?
Good show, man. Good show.
What's up?
Last night, man. That was some good shit last night, man. Shout out Chris Colbert. Like y'all said, he was just keeping it real, man, with everything he was saying. So shout out, good show last night, man. And on the Gary thing, man, he just do a big fight, man. Hopefully they can make this fight, man. You know what I'm saying? He been getting ducked at 126 for years. I had yet to see anybody ever call him out. Like, I don't even never seen
Never seen
nobody else
nobody call him out. That's a good point, man.
else
I
at
mean,
126.
Devin was the first one.
That's him moving up to 135. You know what I'm saying? That's two weight division. So, you know, of course you're going to, you know, ask for that and get that fight out the way. And people who from the DC, like I grew up in DC PG County. So people that grew up in DC, Baltimore, they know there's always like a little beef there. So I just feel like that's a big fight. DC always talking shit about Baltimore talking shit about DC. So I just think that's a big fight, man. That's a 100K just for that area. 150. I feel like it'll do 300K if they able to make that fight, man. That's a huge fight, man. But yeah, that's my call.
See that, right? The people are talking, man. It's a big fight. Like it can bring big numbers just because of that little, you know,
King Born, you there?
Oh, super chat, real quick.
King Born.
Yo. You hear me, right? Hey, yo, check this shit out, man. Yo, peace. I'ma do it like this, man. Hey, yo, Gary Russell, man. Yo, you dissed us, man. Nobody want that, man. Yo, listen, man. What's up with the dude, yo? Gary Russell, what the fuck he fighting? He fighting the man that make the lamb and chicken combination over rice? Or he fighting Sanchez in the Mexican truck making the chickamachangas and the espanadas? Yo, he like a fat chick on prom night. Nobody want to fuck him, man. Nobody fucking with him, yo. Go give up that 126 and get busy, man. Everybody getting tired of shit. What the fuck, man? You like tax season. You fight once a year like tax season. Come on, man. You 32. You getting old, bro. You getting grays in them beards, man. Like everybody else. Fight somebody. Peace.
I mean, they're as good as dead.
Yo, we got a super chat from Real Since Day One. Says Gary wanted better terms for Haney because he knew Haney was going to whoop him. That's a terrible matchup for Gary. You know what's so funny that he says that? I was thinking of the fight, right? And earlier I was like, Tank, Gary Russell, like compared to Leo Santa Cruz, that's a closer fight to me, right? But then I was thinking about Haney and Gary, and I'm like, yo, there's no way Haney loses that fight. I don't know why, for me, it's like a further percentage with Haney than it is with Tank. I don't know why, but it just feels that way. I think the matchup. Here's the thing. I think if Haney wanted to, at any point, he could absolutely control the fight. It might get a little boring, but he could do that. Now, if he wanted a firefight or if he wanted to go in there and really make a statement, that, you know, that opens it up a little more for Gary. But I think Haney could go in there and literally like control the pace from bell to bell if he wanted to.
Did y'all read Real
Boxing
Since
Expert?
Day One?
Yeah,
that was the one I just read. And then Boxing Expert came and said, you need some Spanish lessons with CYP. Dang.
Yo, that's crazy if CYP Spanish is better than yours, Mario. We got Big Brother Nunzi. Talk to me.
And this my Big Brother Nunzi.
Yo, what up?
Yo.
Hey, you know, I love Gary Russell Jr., but yo, he just his ego getting in the way, I think, at this point, man, because it can't always be somebody else's issue, bro. At the end of the day, he don't make fights, and he's not moving up in weight. He got to do it. He was on that Lomachenko thing for a long time. I love his speed. I love his talent. He calling out dudes in upper weight divisions, and he can't make the fight. It's just weird. Like, this is weird. At the end of the day, we got to be like, yo, what's Gary Russell doing wrong? Why this not happening? You know what I'm saying? Because it has to be a part of his ego, because he's in control of his own self. It's not like he got to go through somebody like Bob Arum or Al Heyman. He makes all his own decisions, and he's not getting these fights. So at the end of the day, we got to start pointing the finger at him. That's my call. Love TVB. Let's go.
Caller of the year, CYP. What up?
Is that CYP?
What's up, man? What up? This for Easy Boy, Alex Jones, and Boxing Expert. Y'all the kind of dudes that would do a phone interview in a disguise. You the kind of dudes that would type with gloves on. Like literally.
He say he got the mustache and nose and glasses combination.
Yeah.
Over the phone.
That's them. They straight up cowards. They over here typing with gloves on so nobody gets their fingerprints. Like they weird. Like, you talk all this, people call you out for border wars. Literally, y'all don't respond. But if somebody talk about a black boxer, y'all respond as if the black boxer did more to you than the dude who just got on the call and called you a straight bitch. What kind of man are y'all? Anyway, Brandon, and if the green print doesn't work, then Floyd Mayweather doesn't exist. That thing has always worked. Boxing is very race-based, but that doesn't make it racial. But it definitely is race-based. That's how people make their money, country versus country. Caller of the year, caller of the year. And I ain't losing to you. Hear me? CYP out.
You can have Bill Gates money and you can buy this talent.
Yo,
He dropped the bar and then dropped the mic.
According to the producer who's trying to help Triple G, he says because of Triple G's gate, one may consider Triple G versus Daniel Jacobs a success. While it didn't do many pay-per-views, the gate brought in $13 million in revenue.
Wow, that is a success for sure. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Everyone wants to talk about pay-per-view, but it's about the money for them.
Pay-per-views, I think. I don't know. Rob, man, come on, man. Be more clear.
CYP just said that those Tank and Leo number was without getting sponsorship. That was just pay-per-view buys.
Yeah.
So we tally up the gate to it like.
Oh yeah, but I don't think he was comparing. I think he was just making the point because earlier, we made the point that, it was like, oh man, Triple G Jacobs sounded disappointing and deflating, but in reality, it was a successful promotion, when you count all the money, which is, you know what I mean? Like, we're the only ones that are separating everything.
We about to
for
bring
them, they
on
cash
Bill,
a check.
man. Fuck it, man. We gonna bring on Bill.
Bring on Bill?
Yeah, because it's like he's like, yo, man, Gary was offered more money than Tio got to fight Loma.
Alex Jones, champ. I don't know exactly what the heck is with you. This is the first time I actually see you talking like this.
I googled it, and it's an urban. It's
whites.
It's urban slang for whites.
Yeah. So just chill, champ. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to promote any or incite any bullshit. So we'd gladly give you the £2 back.
I mean, you could always say Caucasians, man.
Yeah, but like I don't know where you're going with this.
I don't even understand
He's saying,
and it's a matter of opinion that I think you should keep in your circles because that's not what we like over here, man. We like you. It's the first time I see something like this from you.
But let's just for a second like entertain the argument. I don't get that at all. It doesn't make any what do you?
Mexicans are considered the higher buying demographic, right?
Exactly.
I don't know. And let me tell you something. There's no stats. But real quick, like people always be like, "Oh, Mexicans will buy the pay-per-view." Like that's just the phrase thrown around in boxing, or am I making that up?
No, you're absolutely right. And that's the other thing too. Listen, look, pay-per-views for certain demographics, they translate through wherever you fall on the economic chain, right? Because I know plenty of people that have scraped by to pay the water bill, but definitely ordered the pay-per-view that month. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of those things where I don't think you can put, I don't know, his comment to me,
I mean, I told y'all from the door.
If it made sense, I wouldn't mind entertaining it as an argument, but it doesn't make sense at all.
How the hell he said YouTube don't let you say whites, meanwhile he just put the word whites? What are you talking about? Let me see if it's blocked over here. If it's
he might be right now. Shit, they censoring everything now.
I don't see it. No, it shows up, man. He's stunting, and he's a member. I don't know, Alex. All right, Jones, Mr.
So somebody took his account. Is that going to be the excuse?
Bruh, let me tell you, and that's because I'll save it for the chat later.
Yo, listen, I sent Bill the link. Let's see if he got time. We're gonna go down the line. Majid in Orlando, what up?
Majid, come on down.
Yo. Everybody need to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join Patreon and that YouTube for something, that YouTube members. But dang man, I just feel like, if anything, man, the way that this conversation going, these people need to stop with all that, Mexican and white, all that fucking color shit. They all got names and everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, show some more respect. But other than that, I just feel like, Gary Russell, Yeah, and somebody need to fight that dude or whatever, you know what I'm saying, to give him a shot before he get too old. But I feel like he getting blocked out. And yeah, that's all I got. People show respect about this race shit and just call them by their names, not by what the fuck they are or their color. But that's all I got, man.
Yo, Mitty
already
saw that.
with some bullshit.
What?
Caucasian.
Yo, cut this shit, Mitty. I'm trying to throw water on this little startup fire and shit. You want to throw more kindle on it?
Yo, you guys are terrible, man. Yo, Joel Diaz just hit me up. Like, yo, how he answering the message from last year? Like, sure, I'll jump on whenever you're ready.
No, you're lying. From last. Yo, did you hit him up because we brought him up the other day?
We brought him up to date.
No, dog. He's literally hitting me out the blue from a message from fucking April 30th.
No, are you serious? Yo, you know he fought, right? You know he fought last month.
No, not Diaz Jr. Not
Oh,
Joseph.
shit, my bad. I thought
the
you said
trainer.
Diaz. I thought you
the
said
trainer.
Joel
Diaz, the trainer, not Joseph Diaz.
Trainer. Okay,
and,
I'm sorry.
And then
No,
the
I thought
other
you were talking
one
about Joel
is,
Diaz.
but he's Junior, the fighter.
Yeah. No relation. But
No
yeah,
relation. No relation. Let's see here. Looking like we got Hawk in Maryland. What up?
Hawking them down.
Hello.
Hawk.
What up, Hawk?
We're going to come right back to you, man. Bill Haney just jumped on the line with us, man. So we're going to come right back to you, Hawk. Bill, what's going on? Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. How you guys doing today, man? Shout out to everybody.
Let's go, champ. You feel me?
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you.
We
Hey,
just,
Mr. Haney, is it possible you could turn that phone sideways so we can get the landscape, sir?
we just working, man. We working.
I'm just working. See, I done got up this morning. I wasn't expecting. But I
Where's
had
your
to come on
glasses,
here.
man?
I had to come on here and I had to make sure that y'all put some respect on Champ's name this morning. You know what I'm saying? The only person that we need to be talking about is whether or not we getting this contract sent in from Teofimo Lopez and Bob Arum or whoever. They said that a contract came in. You see how my hair is? I ain't been sleep all night. I've been sitting by the fax machine. I've been sitting by the computer. You dig what I'm saying? I got to go get a haircut. I got shit to do. And I ain't seen nothing. You know what I mean? And I've been geeked as a fight fan, as a coach, trainer, you know what I mean, father for Dev, for him to have the opportunity to really make this undisputed thing, bring all this shit to a head and decide who is the best fighter at 135. Who the fighter is that controls all the belts. It's only one fighter that can happen with. Is two fighters, Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney. So when we talk about Gary Russell and we talk about Gervonta Davis, those are fights that ain't on the cusp of happening. We talking about some shit that we heard yesterday. Teofimo said a contract was being sent over. Everybody ran with it. I want to know where is it at, Ness?
Man,
hey, what happened?
Lawyers probably still, putting up the particulars together. It's a big time contract, man. It's probably gonna mean two promoters dealing with each other, two different networks or one network. It's probably a lot of terms to put in there, man.
Okay, see now, this is where the bullshit gonna meet, rubber gonna meet the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is Devin is the promoter. You know what I mean? So how the fuck is some promoters gonna get to talking if our phone ain't rung?
I mean, because he could have a relationship with Eddie. You guys do a co-promotion with Eddie. Maybe Bob.
Listen,
maybe
don't
Bob
nothing
feels
move and don't
comfortable.
nothing shake with Devin Haney Promotions, and Devin Haney ain't involved.
I mean, but maybe Bob feels comfortable with his relationship with Eddie, so he sends a few words to Eddie to get the filler, maybe, or maybe the contract goes to
listen,
Eddie.
if you hear about Bob calling over to Eddie, that's gonna get Eddie's juices flowing. That's gonna get our juices flowing. Of course, this is something that we want to talk about and we want to make happen. But if you're not talking to Devin Haney, you're not talking to Bill Haney, then shit ain't happening.
You think he probably said more than he should have in the sense that they were always going to wait for Kambosos, and now it's like he doesn't want to send y'all an offer, and then he has to retract, and then it looks even worse.
I got some audio I need Bill to listen to.
He said that the contract, the lawyers and everything, everybody needs to be patient. It's coming over. You see what I'm saying? That's what the word was yesterday. Everybody be patient.
Yeah, so you got to be patient, Bill, but let me get this audio for you.
The first fight at 135. Who's he going to be against?
Due to the fact that I think we just found out that they had the travel ban for Australia, something like that. I think they put it back up, so that kind of messes up the whole situation with Kambosos and the whole purpose of why we wanted to fight over there. So who will be next will be Devin Haney.
That's it.
We not no motherfucking next. We now.
Well, you are now because Kambosos is off the table.
No, we ain't no next. We world champions. We've been sitting in here and we've been waiting. We haven't been on no next shit. We never said next about nothing. We always said with the Lopez's, it was now. Whether it was the WBC tournament, right? Whether it was a time when Devin and Cini, whether it's every time that we done talked about it, we was ready for the fight now. Let's take out the next shit and every other opponent because then, because you said, when I heard you say next, well, April, we got a date. What the fuck are we supposed to do as in business? We supposed to look for a date to happen. This guy is talking about April, May, March. I mean, you're an undisputed guy. You don't know when your date is? April, March, May, come on, man. You the champ. You undisputed. You supposed to know your date and everybody else supposed to conform to it. Now, here we go with some bullshit. I hope this ain't none of this the Gary Russell shit.
Well, we was talking about Gary Russell versus Tank because he's still talking about Tank. And, for me, it's just like, Gary's becoming one of those avoided fighters, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I know you feel differently, but he was on the Last Stand podcast and said that, you guys just couldn't agree to terms.
Well, talking about agreeing to terms and terms being sent over, he never sent over what he wanted or what would have happened. You know what I'm saying? You guys need
so he never countered it.
Put some respect on Devin's name in the sense of we sent over something, but he never sent over nothing back. So agreeing to terms means negotiating. That's why I said this. Anytime that you got the 1.5 that was on the table in 2020, because we talking about some new money in 2021. Now, the money that was on the table in 2020, you didn't negotiate it. You didn't step up for it. So that's why a lot of the fans and a lot of people are saying, you talk a good game. You come on there and talk, but you miss out on the opportunities. You miss out on the opportunities that's in front of you. So what I say to you is and respectfully with Leonard Ellaby, who discussed Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney fighting, right? Now, if the Lopez and Haney fight don't happen and the Garcia and Davis fight don't happen, then put Davis and Haney together and pull that motherfucking Gary Russell shit up off the motherfucking thing. Because we waiting on an offer now. If Tank don't want the 135-pound belt, Ryan don't want to fight. He has the interim. And Teofimo don't want to fight Devin Haney now, which he's the franchise champion, and it's not about talking to us. Call Mauricio Suleiman. Call Mauricio Suleiman as the franchise champion and tell him that you want the WBC full world title. So if those things ain't happening, then guess what the title should read? Boogeyman. Devin the Dream Haney needs to be put on the pound for pound list because there's two motherfuckers on there that don't want no parts of him. Now, I'm going to go lay back in my bed and I'm going to sit by this motherfucking fax machine because I can look over and I can see it. And Ness, you and Lopez, you know what I mean? I'll be expecting to hear something soon. You
and Lopez.
You and Teofimo, I be expecting to hear something soon. But let's stop this. Let's stop this Gary Russell talk.
But it wasn't Gary and you, it's Gary and Tank, because Gary got
Tank. Gary doesn't deserve to get nobody. It's Devin. Devin, listen. Let me tell you why.
Gary not deserve a fight?
Well, fuck it then. No. What I'm saying is listen. Gary was saying that nobody wanted to fight him. He said he couldn't get a fight. That's why Devin said, we'll fight. Now, if you don't want to fight Dev, then...
Ooh, he got a call. He got a call.
Oh, damn.
There
There we
got
go.
a call.
You said if you don't want to fight Devin.
Yeah.
No, and then you cut out.
If you didn't want to fight, Devin at this 135, with this 135 division, this 135, then handle your business like you said. He had a Didn't he say he had a mandatory he had to deal with?
Yeah. He's doing February for a mandatory for sure. But that's what I'm saying, Bill. Because he's moving up 2 divisions to make a very intriguing fight with your son, the terms had to be right. You know, the terms had to be right. And I just feel that could be revisited. That could be not now. I know you guys got bigger fish.
Listen, because we helping fighters out and we sending shit over there to them. We helping fighters out and being available for them to send shit over to us. You dig? Kick it right. Our motherfucking, you know what I mean? Our phone ain't ringing. You don't see no contract, somebody saying that they done sent something over to us to sign. Well, Teofimo said he's sending something over, right? You said that it's something coming over, right, Ness?
That's the word on the curb, man.
Right. So when do you think that it's gonna be coming, Ness?
I mean,
because that's what I'm talking about.
It's a lot of typing. That's a lot of typing.
The biggest thing in boxing right now is that Teofimo Lopez gets sent over a contract to Devin Haney, and we're waiting for Devin Haney to sign. Woo!
Let's go. Feel me?
Send it to us and watch how fast we sign that motherfucker.
Yo, Doomy, is T.O. answering your text or what?
Yeah, he trying to pass it off.
He's supposed to be the Honduran. Hey, Bill. Yo, he's the Honduran of the panel, so like he got to call his
all
bedroom.
respect to Honduras and the great people of Honduras, and respect to Teofimo, what he has done for the country, man. You know what I mean? That is not to be undermined, undermentioned, you know what I mean, or misunderstood. Teofimo is a bad motherfucker. He is a great young fighter. Gervonta Davis is a great young fighter. Gary Russell is an OG, great fighter. But when you talk about Devin Haney, you talk about something that's special, something that is once in 2 or 3 lifetimes. You dig? I mean, you talking about somebody special. And as fast as Ness can text, as fast as I can talk. You dig what I'm saying? And I tell you what,
I ain't got a shovel, but I can dig it.
Yeah, keep texting Ness, and I'm gonna keep talking because guarantee you, guess what? Listen. I'm looking like this because we was in the gym last night.
I'm trying to set it up, man. I'm hitting T.O. up too since Doomy trying to slack, man. I'm hitting him up. Listen, if we can make this fight, let's make it. You know, it's Doomy not using his text.
No. Respect to the boxing boys. Respect to all the great channels that make Devin who he is and provide him the opportunity to promote his fights and make his fights. The fight has been made on the boxing voice. You just need Teofimo Lopez because you got Devin Haney. You got his dad on this motherfucker right now looking for an email. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about next. I'm talking about now.
So what network is it going to be?
It don't matter as long as you just get a chance to see it. I want your eyeballs on it, Ness. It can be on the boxing voice. You dig what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Yeah, it makes no
I just
difference.
feel like
with Devin, listen,
it might be
with
on
Devin,
Top Rank.
I'm telling you, with our partners in Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, they have did things that have been totally outside the box. One thing that we want to say is that it can happen. We don't want to say it's not my business to come up in here and say it's got to be on this. It's got to be the money. It's got to be it's got to be shit. One thing has to happen is we got to start negotiating this shit, and we got to start looking forward to. The fans got to look forward to a real opportunity for the shit happening. But I'm not gonna piss on your head and tell you that it's raining. If our phones ain't ringing, why should you guys spend time talking about it instead of talking about the fact of Teofimo being the undisputed? Let's put the undisputed on him if that's what we need to do.
Bill, do you expect do you expect to send terms back like right away? Like basically what I'm trying to say is you are confident that whatever they send isn't going to be the contract that would get signed, right? You're going to have to negotiate, like you said, negotiations take place. That's what a deal is based on. So you expect whatever they send is not going to be the home run out of the park contract that's signed on the dotted line, correct?
Great question. But the home run is to have all the belts. And an opportunity for us to have all the motherfucking belts, send the paper over. We might sign the motherfucker for nothing. You dig what I'm saying? Just send the motherfucker.
God. Yeah, that's good. That's a good headline, but we definitely don't read the fine print.
My man Bill knows how to get. He talks in headlines for real. He could teach this. My man,
hey,
yo.
Hey, it makes it easy when you got the best fighter in the world. You know what I'm saying? It just makes it easy. We came out the gym last night. You know, he put a couple hours in late last night. That's why, you know, you got to excuse my appearance to the party. You know, but when I got to hear the boxing voice, because I like to tune in boxing voice for all the channels. You know what I mean? I'm everywhere. I love boxing, right? And when I seen the joint, I said, well, wait a minute. We got Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis that I thought was just making the fight happen. And for that reason and that reason alone, they said, well, it's Teofimo and Devin. It's not Ryan and Devin. Or we should be talking about why is the golden boy, the new golden boy, not willing to take on his mandatory and become a world champion in the WBC division? Then that might be the motherfucking headline.
I seen that.
But
did you see the headline? You see what he said? His words to Eddie was, boo-hoo, poor Eddie not getting his way. The people want Davis Garcia. No such thing as a real champion when coming to belts. It's about being the people's champ. Go cry me a river. That was Ryan Garcia to Eddie, because Eddie is saying that the fight that should happen is Devin versus Ryan, because Ryan is Devin's mandatory.
Well, and he said because they're both on the zone too.
Yeah, because they're both on the zone. Yeah, because it's the easier fight to make.
Shout out to Ryan Garcia, who also said that, you know, that he wanted to take on Tank Davis, and he asked Teofimo Lopez. He said, Teofimo Lopez, why don't you take Devin Haney? Huh? Both Leonard Ellerbe with Mayweather Promotions. Teofimo Lopez, why don't you take on Devin Haney? Let's not misunderstand this shit. We want the biggest fights to happen, right? If the fight can't happen, Ness, like you already pointed out, we want Javier Fortuna, like we've been wanting him. We take on Javier Fortuna, Jorge Linares, Nakatani. It don't motherfucking matter.
Damn, Nakatani? Don't do
Nakatani. If that's what, listen.
Nah, don't
Nakatani
do Nakatani.
makes no difference. Listen, when we started hunting Lomachenko when Devin was a teenager, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. When you see what Devin and T.O. posted, they both were in agreement of where Lomachenko was in his decline. They both felt that he was declining, and they both felt that they had a size advantage. When you talk about T.O. having the size advantage that he has, he doesn't have that with Devin, right? And when you talk about a motherfucker setting up that big, bad right hand, how you gonna set it up on Deb without using a jab? We don't run from no right hand. How you gonna set that infamous uppercut that Tank uses? We don't get hit with that shit. You got to set it up with a jab. And when you talk about a jab, you talk about Devin having the best jab in business, the most accurate. He was able to beat Gamboa with one hand. We didn't have to use our right hand. And then that's in-house personal business. But he beat him with one hand.
You know, but I appreciate you, Bill, and I appreciate Devin, because Ness made a point earlier in the show, and he's been making. He said that Ryan is the guy that everybody's got to get to first, right? Because he looks like the softest touch. But y'all are out here trying to make Teofimo instead of trying to pressure Ryan, who's on the same network, who you showed up for the fight for, with Campbell. Wait, what'd you say?
I didn't use that word. I definitely said.
What word did I say?
He's the the most vulnerable. I didn't say.
Okay, I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put words in your mouth. But essentially, what you're saying is right now is like the Canelo time, right? Mayweather Canelo time, right? Get him while he's fresh. But y'all out here trying to make Teofimo. So I respect that.
We're not trying to make Teofimo. One thing that we're trying to do is one thing that we're trying to do, and I appreciate.
We're trying to get the belts.
Huh?
You're trying to get the belts.
The belts, yeah, that's all. That's all.
So it don't matter who has them.
Yeah.
You just want them.
Yes.
Okay, and I respect that. I do.
Yeah,
Very much so.
You know what I mean? And also, by being a world champion, you don't pick them. You're not sitting around picking them. We picked twice with Santiago and Gamboa, and clearly, I mean, even talking to Ness, and Ness was part of the pick 'em process. You dig what I'm saying? This ain't no, we picked Gamboa. You know what I mean? But when you talk about picking them, you're only picking them because you have been awarded that. Because either, damn it, sorry about that.
You got it. Either.
Let me see. You have been awarded that either by fighting your mandatories or your mandatories not wanting to fight you. That's all.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we were afforded that opportunity. Not that we wanted it, right? We wanted the best fighter available. So here we're back in this position that we're like, okay, cool. We'll see who's the mandatory. Come on, who's the mandatory? Is Ryan Garcia. Oh, no, I'm going the direction. Okay, well, who else the mandatory? It's Javier Fortuna. Oh, we don't think that's so big of a fight. Man, you better bring Javier Fortuna's ass on. Javier Tuna Fish, he's up.
Yeah. No, I get that 100%.
Calling my son a coward.
Yo, but
ain't no cowards over here in the Haney family.
I seen the headline.
None of the girls, none of the guys, ain't no cowards in the Haney family. Our bloodlines don't breed cowards.
Feel me?
I seen a headline from Samson saying that they want that fight sooner than later.
Listen, they wanted to fight when they got in second position. You're supposed to want the motherfucker when you're in first position. You see what I'm saying?
Nah,
so
I feel you.
They saying something. Do you really want it? Because you're asking for it in second position, right? When you were in first position, how do you go from being the mandatory to asking questions? Clearly, you have did something within the organization because you have lost your position in your rank. And we know that, Devin has his rank because he has his rank and he has his position because he's been steadfast in his approach to it is that he can beat anybody.
Man. Yo, you are speaking some truth, man. I appreciate it. I really do. Every time you get on here, you don't bullshit us. You know what I'm saying? I've heard you say things that I've never heard managers say, or, truthfully speaking. So,
I'm loving this.
I appreciate that.
I'm loving this because when you got the baddest man out there, you talk like that. And I love it. You know what I'm saying? You stand up and you say, yo, I'm taking on any challenge that's coming. I'm with it all. Whoever the people say they want to fight, let's make it happen. But as you can say, nobody right now wants to take that, take that task on, which is crazy. They know how good Devin is, but they got to give him a shot, man.
But they always bullshit us, though, Francis. Everybody bullshits us, right? Bob bullshits us, Oscar bullshit. Everybody bullshits us. Listen, Bill just said it perfectly. He said, we want the best fight. If we can't get that best fight, it's like we're not trying to come up here and sell you Javier Fortuna like it's this end-all, be-all fight. But it is the best available when the others aren't fighting you. You know what I'm saying? And it is a good fight. Is it Ryan Garcia good? No. Is it Gervonta Davis good? No. Is it Teofimo good? No. But it is a damn good fight. It is a damn good fight. So,
You guys are 100% correct. But let me just tell you, pointing out to Gamboa's, going back to Gamboa, when you talk about a ring IQ, Gamboa has a higher ring IQ than a lot of those fighters. To deal with it and to get through it with flying colors, meaning you don't get the black eyes that you saw Tank Davis get. You don't see the buzz that Terence Crawford experienced. You don't experience that because Devin has a high level of high IQ, high ring, very extremely high ring IQ.
Real quick.
Know what I mean? So when you talk about these fights, we don't leave these fights on the table because we don't consider those to be the big fights. We never considered Gordo like that. You know what I mean? What we consider handling our business is Shakur Stevenson. We handle our business. He's handling his business. He's dominant at the weight he is, and eventually meeting up with him for a big mega event. But mega event with respect, not all that bullshit that you ain't nobody and who the fuck have you ever fought and all that shit. We say that with respect. You know, so I don't see a bunch of people knocking on Shakur's door. I think he needs more respect on his name at 130. I think that motherfucker they need to make a fight would be with him and Javon, him and Tank Davis, or him and Gary Russell. You know what I'm saying? More realistic.
I like the winner, Bichette Valdez too.
Hold on. Somebody had a question. Derek London said, "Ask Bill, how was the New Year's Eve party?"
Oh yeah.
How'd that go?
I mean, well, from a social standpoint, I have to tell you that we use as much distance as we possibly could.
That's
you know what I mean? But keeping it real, we partied like a motherfucker, and we didn't have, knock on wood, nobody has come up, sick or anything. So we did the best that we could, man, and we brought in the new year, and now we back grinding. Now we back, you know what I'm saying, on this on our game.
That's what's. Hey, Bill, let me ask you real quick. Did you peep what was going on between Shakur and Buddy McGirt?
Oh yeah. I seen that with Buddy, man.
What you think about that?
A lot of these OGs, man, they gotta, they gotta understand that their time and came and went, man, and they gotta be kind of conscientious and respectful of the new young champions, man. You know what they say, because guys have platforms and they gonna say shit back,
Word. I feel you.
He was picking Teofimo to knock out Shakur in 6 or 7.
Man, listen. Buddy McGirt been knocked out before though, haven't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know what I mean.
He was a world champion though. He was a world champion though.
That might be Buddy might be a little bit gun shy because he done been knocked out a few times as a pro. So he's putting his projections, like Jay-Z say, he's putting his shit on to somebody else. You can't wear that shit. That's why Shakur got mad and like, man, Buddy, what the fuck you talking about him getting knocked out? So when you talk about a person like that, you got to be expecting that you might get some energy back. You know what I'm saying?
Word. But out of 6 losses, he had 2 KO losses. That's not too bad out of 6 losses, Buddy.
Oh, Buddy, yeah.
He had 73 wins.
I don't speak on the OGs. I don't speak on the OGs unless they speak on, you know what I mean. They speak on the kids. So he feels that Teofimo is like that, right? And then, he said that he think that Teofimo will beat Devin. So, Devin hasn't taken it, well. You know what I mean? I didn't take it well. You know what I'm saying? With him saying it because, that's not what we feel. So when we say what we feel about Buddy as a fighter and Buddy as a trainer, then people, you know what I'm saying? Have something to say because with Buddy's latest comments and with his fighters that he have, I don't think that he knows shit about boxing.
Okay.
From the shit that he's saying and what he's looking at, you're looking at two extremely skilled guys in Devin and Shakur. And just speaking on the part about Shakur getting knocked out, trust me, buddy, if Shakur don't want to get knocked out, he's not getting knocked out. That's one thing you ain't gonna be able to do.
Well, and the point that Shakur made about Buddy was that he said that your local boxing trainer is as good, if not better, than a Buddy McGirt. Like essentially saying like the way I took it is like to have somebody homegrown, to have somebody that can make you a fighter that's homegrown, right, and be with you. That's more important and that's more essential to have that kind of connection than it would be to bring in a notable trainer that's had other fighters. And the other thing he had said was that he's never, when's the last time he's, had a fighter that was homegrown? Most of the time he takes guys that have already been established, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like a damage control type of thing.
I don't want to speak too much and
I feel you,
about Buddy, but one thing though, I'm gonna speak in favor of Shakur, and I don't believe that none of them guys is going to knock Shakur out. I don't think Teofimo has the skills to corner Shakur off and trap him and put him in a trap to knock him out. I just don't.
Did you hear when Shakur was on Sweat?
Super chat.
Oh, super chat. I'm sorry.
That says from Coach Myers. It said, Bill, how do you rank the 135 division skill wise?
Dynamite. All those guys. Now it was a dynamite. It was a dynamite crop. In the older guys, the OGs, the Lomas, the Linareses, Javier Fortunas and all them. Those guys were good, but then these guys up under them, that whole Devin, Shakur, Chris Colbert,
It was another level.
You know, that whole crop. You know what I mean? That whole crop. Teofimo, Ryan, that whole crop. I got a chance to see all those guys and see them as young kids and see their work ethic. See which ones were early on had the discipline that they were going back to their rooms after they won the fights, or that the ones that would hang out in the lobbies or would lose and then wouldn't be mad the whole weekend, would be partying with the other kids. I got a chance to see all those guys. And I mean, they're just a hell of a talented group, man.
Definitely a talented group. Hey, I was gonna ask you real quick. Did you ever hear when Shakur was on Sway and Sway asked him about Devin and he said, "Yo, first of all, we're boys, but that's gonna be the super fight." Basically, Shakur predicted that was gonna be him and Devin were gonna be the big super fight at some point in his career. Did you hear that?
Oh, absolutely. That's something that we already know. You know, based on we don't. You know, out of respect for each team, respect for the families and shit like that we don't talk about it, but we know that they're prepared and they're skilled in the sport of boxing. It don't take all this tough guy tank shit or this, you know what I mean, this talk bad and disrespectful Teofimo shit to get up in the motherfucking ring. We know that, and that's why I brought that up. Really, everybody's talking about these big mega fights and all that other shit. We're not bothered by because these dudes don't want to fight death, because we know that eventually, you know what I'm saying, that big mega event is with a Shakur Stevenson.
Yo, so I got some updates, man. So we're gonna have to start looking for backups for Devin. It's looking like Tio is gonna do the Cambroso fight. they in the top rank meeting right now. And it looks like the IBF is mandating they do the Camboso fight, so it's probably going to take place here in America in April. Senior said he would have jumped on, but he's still in the actual meeting with Top Rank right now, because I had let him know that you was live, and I wanted to go ahead and have y'all both so we could help build this fight. I let him know it'll be civil. I know he's been on other shows and kind of gotten sandbagged. So
try to bait him.
So
you ain't gonna tell me it's gonna be civil. You can't control me.
I ain't controlling you.
I control him.
I ain't controlling you. I ain't controlling you.
All night.
I ain't controlling you. I just know how you are.
You gonna tell me it's gonna be civil? I was gonna cuss his.
Bill said I slept next to the fax machine. What y'all talking about?
I was going based off your personality. I mean,
well, listen. Yeah, well, I was doing good to try to bait him in. I was doing good to try to get him in. I was being civil. But if he got on here and told me what you just told me, nigga, I was gonna blow my top.
It's all good.
I've been sitting by the motherfucking fax machine. I've been sitting by the with my phone. I'm waiting on the email, and here you get it. We get it live. You can have Bill. Now we get it live. Here I get it live right now that they're in a meeting. He talking about sending an offer over to me. He told y'all yesterday, but they're in a meeting with.
Hey, what?
Hey, listen. I'm getting calls right now too.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm getting calls right now too.
They calling to let you know, huh?
Yeah. Ain't this a bitch?
This is how I wanted to start my week. You know what I'm saying, on Monday, to be disappointed, but man, well, this is boxing. The business of boxing.
Look at Ness. Damage control.
Look at him, y'all.
Yeah, damage control.
Look at him, y'all.
Damage control, Ness.
Yo, Punch Struck Boxing. Did you get that when Mary said Billy Bill? LOL, TBB. Yeah. Being too nice. He wants smoke. Bill offered him Teofimo $4 million. Teo accepted. When Haney wants to fight, term sheet is sent, correct?
You said four. Who offered who $4 million?
We got a guest on the line. We got a guest on the line.
No other than the great Samson from Samson Promotions.
What's going on, Samson Lewickovich?
How you doing, Samson?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Samson.
Tiene que prender la cámara, Samson.
Okay, let me
Hey,
see.
Samson,
Here you go.
Samson. Before you get started, let me tell you, thank you for coming on to the Boxing Voice with me. I appreciate one time you said that it was no way that you was going to give me Javier Fortuna. You said it was no way it was going to happen. Now look at where we are, Mr.
Well,
Sampson.
happened to me when I told you that it was many years ago.
Listen,
Samson, prende la cámara.
Wait, Samson.
Prende la cámara.
I've been on your bumper for many years, and guess what? Look where we at. I told you I was going to get him.
Well, now is your opportunity.
I got you, baby.
Bill, one moment.
I got
Samson, doble el teléfono así para que te...
Para el lado, para cogerla así mismito. Ahí tenemos, ahí ya.
Hey, listen. This is the boxing business. Listen, the boxing business. I met with Samson when Devin was really young. Samson was interested in Devin, right? As we moved up the ladder, Javier Fortuna being one of Samson's champions. Coming up the ladder, I said to Samson, I said, let's make it happen. No way you get Javier Fortuna. I said, okay. This is the Showbox days. This is the old Showbox days coming up, right? So we come up the ladder, we get in the WBC tournament. I say, I got him, right? No, you don't get Javier Fortuna. and then listen, when I seen you knocking on our door, I say, great Father of God, thank you. The bells are ringing because we got a credible opponent that we've been looking for. Have I said the story right, Mr. Sampson?
I need to tell you the truth, like always I talk. It's precise exactly what happened. And I have to tell you that I stayed with him probably 1 hour drinking coffee. And he say, my guy, Henny, it will be one of the superstar. And in one moment I want to sign it, but sometimes I say, sometimes people doesn't need a promoter. And the father that I had the most respect for you, he say, you know what, I will get there. And I'll be honest with you, that he got it much more like I thought. Because Javier Fortuna, he never make the money that this kid made. And the father guide him. I mean, I believe I cannot do the same work like he did. So my congratulations to you.
Thank you,
now
sir.
public, I'm telling you, Javier Fortuna is ready, willing to fight. And I don't ask you the excuse of the money. Let's have the same thing of the last fight that you pay the Cuban guy.
Gamboa. Hey, brother, listen. You're going to get all the money fucking with us.
And if you give me more, it'd be much better. But there's no excuse of the money.
So what are we looking at, April?
I would say that he'd be ready when now the boss is not me. This man with a big beard.
Bill, are you going to wait for the last date on the contract, or could you do it before April?
No, I would say the April is perfect for everyone. Because remember that it's not what I can say or Mr. Haney can say, because it's about the TV. When you have ready the TV the network. So the network, it will decide what date. And that date is been done. And that's it. This is what it is.
Absolutely.
I will not stop this fight for money. I will not do that.
Beautiful. Now, Samson, is Javier in the Dominican Republic or is he in America?
In this moment, he's in Dominican Republic.
Is he going to be able to make it over here? No travel ban?
Well, hopefully not. But the situation now is the visa. He renewed the contract, and the visa will be ready for February. So it's perfect. April. It
I don't
cannot
want
be
no-
before April anyway.
We don't want no excuses out of you, Mr. Sampson. I've been looking for you for years and years and years. You deliver Javier Fortuna.
Listen, you get it. Finally, you got me. Like I'm like a mouse next to a big cat. I cannot run anymore.
Hey, I love you, man. Hey, I appreciate you.
You know what? Let me tell you. I believe that Javier Fortuna, he will knock the shit out of Henry.
Okay.
And if I feel that I cannot beat him, like Mr. Lopez asked for $10 million.
Oh.
That's the reason that he believes he cannot beat Henry. That is the reason he asked for $10 million.
I'll tell you what then. How about this then, Mr. Sampson? I'll give you the exact money that you just got on your last fight, and let's lock it in right now.
On my 1.5?
No, your last fight that you just fight, Javier Fortuna fought.
1.5.
He did not get. Oh, see.
No comment.
Yo, but what's wrong with my head? But Bill,
you're a good manager, but I'm a businessman.
Bill, I mean,
you asked me for that. It's 1.5.
He said he
but
wanted
I will
the
make
6.
I make you a number.
I'll tell you what.
That went over my head.
If you add up 1.5 in his last 5 fights, then you'll get it.
Let me try.
So we're good on the 6.
By the way, when you falsify the contract, you go to jail.
Absolutely, go to jail. Go to jail. No pass gold, no collect 100. Hey, listen. Hey, man, I am so glad to get you on here. Like you are a big wig in the boxing. You're a big executive. You know, coming up in it. Like always, all the pitfalls and all the shit, all the business shit. I don't take it personal. You know, it's when I get a chance to do business with you guys and earn the opportunity, whether I got to box you in or you guys box me in. You know what I mean? It's worth everything to me because it's at the end of the day, it's providing an opportunity for Devin to show his greatness. And in April, Javier Fortuna will be on his back.
Well, let me put it this way. Regardless the money, if I don't have a shot to win the fight, I will never take the fight.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys, great. But honestly, he never fought anyone like Javier Fortuna with the big balls like him.
I want to make sure.
Now,
what I want to do is, I want to make sure that the great Javier Fortuna is paid good. Each and every person that fights Devin gets paid, and you know that was the thing about having a great relationship with Matthew and them that they didn't mind paying what it took to make the fights happen, and it's just a privilege that you know an honor that you came on here and openly addressed that Devin wanted to take the fight and put the rumors to the side that we haven't been wanting to make the fight happen for years and years and years. So I look forward to April, if an event that this whole Teofimo shit or Ryan Garcia or I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
just ready.
Either one, whoever asked for $10 million, it means it doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want it.
Hey, I'm trying to be optimistic, Mr. Sampson. Now you got to let me be optimistic about
Bill.
this.
He being real. He being real.
Bill,
his business.
Yo, you gonna give him the 6? You gonna give him that Gamboa money? Come on, man. Let Fortuna eat.
He's gonna get it. Yes, he's gonna get it.
Thank you. Okay. Let Fortuna eat, man. Let Fortuna eat. Yes. Go ahead.
Let me put this way.
It's not just him; it's his family too, because that's what the Dominicans do. They send back money. They take care of their people.
Hey, as much as if we got to take it out of our money to make you get some money, you're gonna eat. All right.
There you go.
Oh man, Bill.
The only thing I can tell you, you're a gentleman. You come openly, and if I have, how I can say it, money is not at this point the issue. The issue it would be to make the fight in a right way that everybody is happy.
Right.
And it will not be issue of money. It be issue of what date and where.
Right.
You know what I mean? And what network? Because remember, you are in different network.
What network?
Well,
yeah, because you're in the zone and we are in PBC.
Hey, no.
Oh, wait. Javier is signed to PBC contractually?
It's definitely
an
all
option.
my fighting is PBC.
It's like a handshake agreement.
But what you mean is they have the right to match it.
Sergio Maravilla Martinez
Yeah.
for 8 years,
Yeah.
and he never have a contract with me, and always he was with HBO.
Listen.
But there's nothing that says.
Listen, hey baby, no, wait a minute.
Go ahead.
T.O. was one thing. I got to go get some help. Javier Fortuna, I go get that shit out. I go get that shit out the back room to get him to come over there to the zone. Let's not start the network shit.
Yeah, basically he's saying if you want 600,000, it's gonna be on his network on his date, unless you're gonna make Devin an offer to go to PBC.
No, that's what y'all been wanting.
You want Devin to fight on PBC, Samson?
No. The only thing I need to be sure that everybody is
you want to make sure that you have permission for
that's correct.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Man,
I didn't know that.
Man,
I didn't know
kind
that.
of a-
I didn't know Javier was contractually obligated to.
I don't think he is contract. He's saying that they have
it's okay.
relationship.
No, I get it.
Samson's a man of his word, and
no, I
understand. What is the problem in boxing?
Yes.
The problem in boxing that nobody have courtesy, and everybody's looking for his own mind, and nobody have the decency to respect who
we get that.
Give you the bread in your table.
No, I understand.
We get that. We get that.
So
No, we
basically,
get that.
basically what you're saying is you're gonna go to Al and make sure they don't want to use Javier before you take Javier to the zone.
or that they didn't have any plans for a certain date or TV slot.
That's good. No, but beside that is, I
it's
believe
courtesy,
that-
like you said.
And I have no doubt that this fight it will happen.
Yeah.
I hope so, because damn, this is a big fight for Javier and Haney both,
Love it.
man.
We love it.
Hey, well,
Yo, when have we ever been in this
The one
situation?
thing about Devin Haney is he's been waiting, and I've been waiting for Javier Fortuna and Javier Fortuna's name. Javier Fortuna's name has always looked good on Devin's resume. You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad to get Samson on here, right? He's the guy now. Don't make no mistake about it. Samson is the guy. But when you talk about a relationship that Samson has with PBC, out of respect, I'm sure that he then has to clear Javier Fortuna without disrespecting his partners and saying that he's just available and what he's going to do. That's why I always try to use the same professionalism that I've been watching these guys, my OGs, show. But at the same time, I also wanted to show and the world that Devin, as a millennial, the reason why we didn't do a deal necessarily with Samson or necessarily with guys than we did them is because we wanted to be able to have the liberty to negotiate like we do, Samson. When it came time for this particular situation, we wanted.
He got another call.
There we go. No, you're good. You back on.
Yeah. We wanted a legacy defining fights, things that meant things to Devin, and all the work that he put in, that he was at least put in those opportunities. When we know that this fight game is a very political sport, we just know, as in Devin, that he wants to know and wants the world that he's available. He wants to go to sleep at night knowing that he's available to make the big fights. So if those fights happen, is one thing, or another. But being in the hat, we've been in the hat to fight Javier Fortuna for quite some time. I've looked at tapes on Javier Fortuna and Devin. I mean, like, I've looked at Javier's Instagram. I've, followed him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is something that the people, and we thought that Javier would have been. He was one of those, like, necessarily gatekeepers. He was like in front of us to get to Lomachenko. So I spent a lot of time looking at him. I spent a lot of time, of course, with T.O. and Zawar Abdulev and all those things. So this is a fight that has been a long time coming. You know.
Well,
Definitely.
let's work it out. This week I will not be available, but next week we can start to work very hard, and you need to come up with the date.
Okay. Well, you know, we good over here, man. However it works. I'll give Eddie a call. And then I'm sure I got your number, so I can circle back and talk to you. Start,
Yeah, but
walking
this
through it.
week most likely I will not answer the phone. Normally, always I answer the phone, so I want to be sure that you understand that it be out of touch for the whole week. So
where are you going, Samson?
Being up front. We
When
like
last
it.
time you talked to Louis, Samson?
Where are you
yeah,
going
no,
for
do
a
it all
whole
the
week?
time.
Where
But,
So that's
Louis-
our guy. That's our guy.
Louis is like my son, so you can talk to him, but I will not be available. This one.
Okay, so yeah, that's my guy. We always talk, so we'll All right.
Yo, we
what's
excited.
next?
We excited.
What's next for Fundora? Let's start there. What's next for Fundora? The Burning Inferno.
He will fight in March.
Hey, out of respect, I'm gonna let you guys go.
Thank you, Mr.
Bill,
Hayes.
hey, Bill, thank you so
I have
much
an
for
appointment
being.
11 o'clock.
How much more time we got for you, Samson?
8 minutes. 8 minutes.
We got 8 minutes for you, Samson.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
Hey, Samson, have a good one, baby.
You take care. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
God bless, brother.
So
Take
who
care.
is
Bye, bro.
So who's Sebastian Fundora fighting?
Most likely we have a cancel Jorge Cota,
Okay.
and because he had a COVID last time, so we have a contract with them. So most likely this is where we go with Cota.
All right. What's
March.
next for David Benavidez?
David Benavidez, he will fight the same day most likely. Oh no, David Benavidez. Yeah, he will fight early March.
Any opponent?
Well, there's not too many that you want to take the fight, though.
So you're just
We're
looking
still
to stay
looking.
busy.
Any location? Like any? Is there like going to be an attempt to have it where we could have fans, or is it probably going to be a closed studio
Well, I
fight?
would love to do it in Arizona, but I spoke with the commissioner, and the problem that now is totally closed,
Yeah.
So there's nothing we can do.
What about Texas?
As far as Benavidez, listen, I was at the WBC convention last year, and there was a lot of chatter about Jose Benavidez when he was a champion, possibly facing Jamal Charlo. Now that Benavidez isn't a champion, does it make sense to maybe do that fight at a catchweight or make Jamal the champion come up to 68 to face Benavidez?
Listen, Benavidez, he will fight anyone, regardless. The issue with which I believe is the money involved, and I don't know if it's a pay-per-view though. And I can tell you that Benavidez is one of the kind of boxer that he wants to be the best, and he will be, and he is, to me, the best 168 super middleweight.
Do you?
He have his issue before, but always I keep I treat like my own son, like I treat every one of my boxers, and he have my support for his decision because he had the opportunity to fight in 175, and he say no, I'm a 68, and the opportunity with a big money and for a world title, and he make a decision that what he was is remember he was the first few fights or events after when he started to be the protocol and the bubbles. So he was not aware of the whole situation, of the timing, of the gym and all that. That is the reason he didn't make the weight. It's not because he's not a professional, because he underestimate the bubble, put it that way.
Got it.
do you think he will be called as Canelo's mandatory, and do you think Canelo actually gives him a shot or takes franchise status again?
This is exactly the same like Fortune and Henny. It's not. Is in this moment the boss is Canelo, so he will make the decision and his team. I have such a good relation with Eddie Reynoso that they have the most respect for me. And I know Eddie from many, many, many years. Actually, I gave a few opponents to Canelo in the beginning of his career. And I worked with Eddie Reynoso in several shows in Mexico that I did with them as a partnership. So we have a way that we can discuss the opportunity. But till now, he never called me or mentioned David Benavidez, and he must have his own reason, and I respect that reason. Because if I'm in his shoe, I would say the same thing. What I need Benavidez for. You know what I mean? Is probably the most dangerous fighter that Canelo will fight.
What about the rumors that PBC wants a Caleb Plant fight with him? That everything's leading towards that.
Who? Canelo?
David Benavidez.
David Benavidez will fight tomorrow. Plant.
Do you think that fight happens this year?
I don't know, because he have his personal issue.
Oh, okay.
Between both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And in my case, about business, nothing personal.
Yes.
About boxer is personal.
All right.
And respect. And I believe the plan, he didn't respect Benavidez.
Mm.
And that is the reason that he really want to fight him. But in the end of the day, like I told him to plan myself, is the opportunity, because it's a great fight that is supposed to be people.
Yeah.
Because not only for the money, because it's different to do it in a 4x4 and enjoy the fight.
Samson, you only have 2 minutes before your next appointment, so I just want to get in an update on Jason Rosario.
He will be back most likely in April or May, and he will have a big fight, nothing small.
Mm.
So
kind of like a comeback type of fight.
Beautiful.
That's correct.
Got it. Smart.
Well, Samson, man, I want to thank you obviously for coming on. So happy that you're up to date with technology. Thank you. You made this perfect.
You knocked this out the park, Samson. Really, Sam. Thank you so much.
I was calling
You're very
Javier
welcome.
all
God
morning.
bless you all.
God bless
by the
you.
way, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
By the way, last year, the 2020, I don't count it for me. So I still underage, put it that way.
Let's go, champ.
Hey, so Samson,
I don't have no birthday for this year.
Are you going on vacation?
Stop.
Let's go, champ. You feel me?
God bless you all.
All right.
God bless.
All right.
Yes,
Bless you, brother.
I'm so desperate for a vacation. I tried to ask him, is he going on one? Because it's like, he said he's turning off his phone for the next 7 days. Can you imagine?
It's going in a nice little quiet time.
I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't be able to last with my phone turned off for the next 7 days.
Wait till you get a little older.
Yeah, say that again.
Yo, we got some super chatties, man. I want to thank everybody for supporting. We rocking out. We 3 hours in. We got you some fantastic content. We talking boxing. We taking phone calls. The number to call in 14255695241. Press 1 time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget, you could also add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. It's looking like we missed a whole bunch. We're gonna go back to.
I can take care of a few of them right now. Unless you want to run down the lista.
Let me just go all the way back to make sure, because I don't even think we read Real Since Day One, where he said Gary wanted better terms.
We read.
I left off at HLD. I left off at HLD. That was, I didn't read that one and everything below that.
There's a lot in there. So again, did y'all get to the one from Real Nice One? I mean, Real Since Day One.
Yeah, if you only had one, we got that one.
All right. After that, we got Show Kid. I remember you said the carry one. Boxing expert coming soon. Charlito's way. Duck all the smoke. Alex Jones back with another one, says ask rappers who buys their music. It's Caucasians. Real since day one says Gary wanted better terms. Y'all got that? Gary wanted better terms for Haney because he knew Haney was going to whoop him. That's a terrible matchup for Gary.
Yeah,
Boxing
we didn't get that
expert says you need some Spanish lessons. Yeah, I got to that. I remember that.
Did you get potato chip real quick? Because you
No.
skipped it.
No.
Okay, so real quick, he said
No,
Big Bill.
He's up there. You
That's-
gotta wait. He's like this.
Yeah,
this is
but
a whole
you
bunch
skipped
before.
it.
No, I didn't.
He's going through another list. Mary.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I'm
I'm sorry.
to
I'm sorry.
everybody before potato
Got you.
chip.
Got you. Because I was reading the last ones that we got, and we had gotten Coach Myers. So sorry. Go ahead.
That's how we can't get caught up on each other. It's too lists.
I'm gonna sit back. Dan. I'm gonna sit back.
Go ahead, Chip.
And Francis, you said you did say HLDs?
No, I did not.
Haney needs to fight Loma, earn his respect and the WBC belt in the ring. Fact or fiction? I mean, the question is Loma gonna fight him? Not Haney need to fight him. Haney was his mandatory. He wanted to fight him. You think he wanted to be emailed the belt? Come on. Won't you super chat that shit to Loma and his fucking team who decided to ask for franchise status?
That's why I didn't read it.
Coach Myers, Bill Haney, how do you rank 135? Y'all said that.
Yeah, I said that.
Punch Drunk, what's up? Delo Mio, shout out to my Dominican brethren, says, Billy Bill, laugh out loud, TBV, y'all being too nice. He wants smoke. Bill offered Teofimo $4 million. Tio accepted. When Haney want to fight, term sheet is sent. Contract? What? Bill laugh out loud. TBV, y'all being too nice. He wants smoke. Bill offer Teofimo $4 million. Tio accepted. Bill, no. When Haney want to fight, term sheet is sent. Correct? Okay, so he's saying that Tio sent them $4 million, and if Haney wants to fight, then the term sheet is accepted. I don't know. I'm a lost punch.
Yeah, Bill offered Tio $4 million. Tio accepted when Haney wants to fight, and then the term sheet is sent. Correct? Like, was it sent over?
Yeah, but isn't it the other way? Bill came on here saying that he's waiting on a contract from Tio, so this is conflicting arguments.
A little jumbled.
Potato Chip says, Big Bill, if your son does get Tio fight, make sure y'all check them gloves. Damn.
Ooh, cause my paisano hitting like a straight toro. You think it's a hoof in that glove when he hits you?
Jordan Carter says, do you guys spar heavyweights? Is he talking to Bill? What the fuck?
Yeah, he want to spar Bill.
Jordan
Talking
to
about.
work with
He was
anybody.
asking Samson if he spar heavyweights.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm playing.
LV Slugger says Devin versus Shakur would be a huge welterweight pay-per-view fight on the level of a Bud versus Spence, if not bigger. Hashtag stay tuned. Hashtag golden era. And Mr. CYP says TBV. Love. Match me, fellas. That's right, TBV. That's right, CYP.
You're the man, CYP.
Stupendous. And ignorant
Call
boxing.
of the year. Call of the year.
Ignorant Boxing comes back and matches CYP with the $5, and he puts the pear emoji super sticker saying keep it up with the pear working out with the dumbbells and the sweatband like Doomy. And then
He ain't trying to have a pear-shaped body anymore.
Then Wager Wayne, he matches the love. And then Meet Joe Chill says Bill spitting straight. Fire, fire, fire. And then
More fire.
Ja Real matched the CYP love saying TBV. Shout out to you. Rue matched the CYP love. And then Victor Banuelo says Orale TBV. And then we got one more just came in. It looks like from
You got
Anthony.
Duke 40, Mr. J. Duke
You guys smoke 'em out, Jays?
Let me see. I just refreshed. So Smoke 'em Out Jay is next. He said, finally got his test. Will he make a bang? I guess he's talking about Devin getting a test with Javier.
I've been wanted that fight too, man.
And
I know that Devin, any cats out there still got any questions on Haney. Haney gets by Fortuna. He takes him out in a crazy fashion. Y'all better shut up. Best shit. Yo, Mr. J Duke 40. I don't know if you got this one. Let's correct me if I'm wrong. Gamboa, y'all fought. Not the guy Bud fought. Buddy is a Hall of Famer. Haney, you relax. Stop chasing and make something happen. Ooh.
Yo, why Javier Fortuna mad late? Meanwhile, nobody ain't signing my Patreon. Like, where's PBC at on my Patreon? The way I'm building fights, Javier about to jump on. You know,
La Abeja.
Like, where the Patreon love at from PBC? Why
the Killer B coming on? What's going on?
Yo, listen. All I know.
And let me tell you, you don't gotta stop at pound for pound. Like, there's no limit on Patreon. Like, Al Heyman, if you just want to be like, yo, here's 10,000 a month TBV because of the way y'all go hard. You know, we
literally just settled a big piece of the 135-pound division live on air.
And now Javier
literally,
trying to jump on.
we
Now
got
Javier
people
trying to jump
on conference calls, Skype. Yo, we got people in meetings with the IBF, and we got people. And we just.
You know why? You know why, Mary? You know why, Ness? Because this is the people's voice.
This is the
people. Did y'all get to Anthony, who sent a cup of coffee with a pear emoji? Waving the hand, saying, yo, it was really good. Keep doing the good work. Shout out. He matched the love from CYP. Shout out to everybody.
Anthony Avila, man.
Rocking out. Everybody that is enjoying the show. Look, I don't even want to go. I'm trying to give my mans and time to jump on and get some love. You know, this is a big fight for Javier. You know, he made 10,000 or something in his last fight. You know, 600K. That's
that shit went over my head when he said that 1.5. I'm gonna give you what you got for your last fight. He goes 1.5. So what'd you get in the last fight? 1.5. I was like, wait. Oh,
like add them all up.
Businessman, quick and fast with them numbers,
bro. For real.
Yo, Mario, you seen Carlito? You seen Carlito? He said download the video, clip that. A video of Haney and Sampson agreeing to the fight and write that article, man. Get your shit together.
Shit, I'm writing one right now.
Yo, Louisville Slugger with the super chat says contract negotiations live on TBV. Legendary. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yo, we trying, man. I just want to work, man.
Yo, just gotta say, Victor Banuelo says, "Orale, TBV."
You late, man. I did that, but it's all good.
Your orale was soft.
Oh, all right. Yo, my stomach, ribs touching right now, and I'm still about to
Yo, you ain't even lying.
Still going to the gym, bro. It's just like, yo, it's time to work. All right? But I guess that's it. We got, let me see, going down the line, Info Joe just jumped on. What's goody, Joe? You now rocking with the Joe.
Mr. Info Joe.
Tell the truth, Joe. Tell the truth.
This portion of the show we call In the Know, presented by my brother.
Yo, the voice of the people, there is no equal. What's up, TBV?
Champ.
Let's go.
Hey, man. Y'all like lava, man. Y'all starting off 2021, man. Y'all on fire, man. Yo, putting in that pound for pound work. Y'all need to hit them thumbs up, subscribe, do what you got to do, man. All the haters, man, who hit the thumbs down, man, y'all tripping and y'all haters, man. TBV putting in that pound for pound work. Yo, shout out to Bill Haney, man. Cali stand up. Yo, if he can't get the TO fight, man, I like the Fortuna fight, man. That's a great fight, man, for me right now, man, to start the year off, man. He can get that first and follow up with the TO fight, man. That's gravy. Yo, Ness, I've been telling you, man, your calling is being a promoter, man. You had Colbert on here yesterday, man. I heard you saying that he wanted to be a ref at Border Wars. I hear you got amateurs and pros calling to be on a Border Wars show.
Bruh, if I tell y'all the name that wanted to be, that thought I was fighting, that thought we was having a real show, and I was like, wow, that's when I was like, wow, man. Look, it's like anybody, man. You know, we need that financial backing, but yeah, I think we could put on a show. But the issue's always going to be getting the TV, right? Like, we still need a broadcaster, you know?
Hey, man, I'm playing Lotto this week, man. I think it's up to $1 million. I'm telling you, I'm investing that shit in the TBV, man. I see the vision. You got that shit honest. You making negotiations live on the show. Your matchmaking good. You know what I'm saying? So, man, the future is gravy for y'all, man. I'm rocking out, man. That's all I got, fam. Peep up the good work. Salute.
Let's go, man. Info
Salute,
Joe,
champ.
you gonna
Yes,
be
sir.
you gonna be able to meet Info Joe. March 13th, Saturday is going down. He's gonna be announcing the fight, so he'll be our version of Jimmy Lennon and Michael Buffer. You know, David Diamante, you gonna have your own. Ain't no show without Info Joe, and it's beautiful because now we can't put on a show without Info Joe. But yeah, man. Listen, I see a lot of people taking shots at PBC. Remember, Samson just told you. See, you guys have such selective hearing. Samson just told you that he was with Maravilla Martinez 8 years,
man.
and he had no paperwork with him, but his fighter fought on HBO. So what he's telling you is Al don't got no paperwork with his fighters, but Al, he told you literally on the interview, you don't bite the hand that feeds you. So yes, we are gonna go talk to Al and see what's up. And yes,
Make sure that
and yes,
schedule clear.
his last fight was a paycheck from Al, but that doesn't make him a PBC fighter. You know
Well,
what I'm
and
saying?
he said it clearly. Like when he gave the example with Maria, he said that he never had a contract with them, and they really didn't have like a contract with HBO. Like basically, what he was saying was that he isn't tied to anyone, but this is the courtesy that he was going to extend because that's how you continue to do good business with people, and that's how you don't burn bridges. Imagine he says, you know what, I don't need Al for this one, I don't need PBC for this one. I'm gonna go do my own thing because I can. But then what happens when after that fight's done and he wants to continue doing business with them? They're gonna be like, nah, bro, you didn't even let us know what you were doing.
Listen. If he stiffs him with one fighter, then David Benavidez all of a sudden can't get a shot. All of a sudden, you know, it's hard to get Fundora a fight on the network. You understand? So you just don't do that. You just don't. You do what he's doing. But listen, there's guys that listen. And Ranfis Javier Encarnacion just got a fight. Yeah, he got knocked out, I think, right? But it was a PBC fight. And Samson got him that. You know what I'm saying? Jaime Abolera was undefeated. He just fought Chris Colbert. And Samson got him that. So yeah, you ain't gonna burn them bridges when you getting all your guys fed. You're not just about to burn one bridge because you getting one other check some other place. Hawk, Maryland.
The leadership.
Hawk,
Hawking them down.
Maryland, Hawk, Maryland, Hawk.
Well, what's up, fellas? All right. I don't forgot most of what I was gonna say, but anyway, I had to get one thing straight.
You were supposed to go to you twice.
Marvin Hagler. Yeah, I know. Y'all came to me twice. That was like an hour ago. Anyway, Marvelous Marvin Hagler. That dude, you know, I don't usually say nothing about nobody else. Marvelous Marvin Hagler was one of the greatest fighters ever. When he beat John the Beast Mugabe, who was killing people, Marvin Hagler was fighting people that nobody will fight, and it was beating the hell out of them. So don't disregard that statement. Marvin Hagler was one of the greatest fighters ever. But anyway, the Tank and what is it, Gary Russell? Yeah. I doubt seriously that's gonna happen. I would love to see that fight, no question. But the thing with Gary Russell, he in the same bag with your boy Demetrius Andre. They both came up the same time as their constituents, as their other, the Charlos and all that. And it seemed like they made moves that weren't right because all of their constituents are making moves. Even the guys coming up behind them are making moves and are very popular. So these two dudes are like the best dudes, no question, boxing wise, to the pure boxing fan. But they never crossed over for some reason, and so it's hard for the dudes that
cut it. Sell Milwaukee.
Champ.
So
all right, can you hear me? My bad. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All right, fire interviews, man. Much love and respect. I ain't got too much today. But listen, Ness, you got a mind up there, and you got Luigi, a.k.a. Mario. Mario, you're a fucking dick holster for everybody who come on and give an interview. All you do is agree with them. You're a goddamn dick holster. Look, that's all I got. Much love, and Ness, I got to hit you on the back end because I got to sign back up to Patreon. I'm out. One love.
Damn.
You a weirdo for that.
Hey, what happened?
I thought just
Huh,
when
that's some soft
ass shit. Shut that soft ass shit up.
just when I thought he wasn't angry, he still showed he's angry.
He's that man for real. Like he need to switch to decaf.
Marlon so assassin.
Yo, what happened to Coach Myers, Chin?
Yeah.
What you mean? Well, he had a boomerang or something. I mean, a counterpunch.
I thought he was on there. I thought he was there for a long time.
He's called
Yo,
Coach Myers.
Did something happen to blocks? Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Yo, Ness, you stay trying to play me, bro. I swear I'm a boomerang. Pay $40 a month.
Bruh,
you ain't even
why
come
you
to my
think-
call one
why
time,
you
bro.
think- why you think it's
You ain't
on
come to me-
purpose? Why you think
You
it's
ain't
on
come to me
purpose?
one time, bro.
Bruh, why you
What
think
talking
it's
about?
on
I got a
purpose?
counterpunch.
Why
We
you
on
think
it,
it's
Coach. We on it.
Yo, that's what they need to do. They need to. Yo, I'm manning the
We
whole
on his
shit.
ass.
Bruh, you
I'm
ran
on-
down the whole Skype list.
Bruh,
And skipped me,
bruh,
bruh.
bruh.
You ran down the whole
Listen,
Skype list,
listen.
brother.
Alright.
And skipped over my name. I didn't even get one call, brother. But whatever. Anyways, man. Hey, listen. At least appreciate the $40 somehow, bro.
Bruh,
I mean,
you know
damn.
I do. You
I
know
mean,
I
shit,
do.
but y'all do your thing,
Y'all
man.
terrible.
Do your thing, man.
Yo, you terrible. You know I appreciate it. First of all, listen, man. I got this Skype you on. Plus, this is a completely different Skype these guys are on. The same one as Samson and Bill. That's a whole nother Skype, okay? Then we got a whole nother computer with Blog Talk, right? Then I'm texting Javier. I'm texting Teofimo. I'm texting Teofimo Sr., Bill Haney, Samson Lewikovich. Like, come on, champ. Give me a break.
Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me up.
Give me a break. I'm trying, man. Plus, I'm hitting the like emojis and switching the scenes on the vid. Like, damn, coach. Damn.
Go away. Go back to the docks where you belong.
And reading super chats, taking it all the way to the back from the ones that they missed. I gotta refresh that page. Like, damn.
He goes into Neo-Fimo mode and forgets that he has, the rest of the team.
Damn, coach, yo, damn. Marlon so icy. This is how they do me, man. That's crazy.
What's good? What's good? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
We hear you.
What's good?
Oh man, I just want to say, man, y'all keep doing y'all thing, man. Loving the show, man. I've been feeling like I've been in and out, staying in the gym day in and day out. So I can't listen to as much as I want to, but I'm always here to hit the thumbs up. Everybody else, y'all need to do the same thing, and stay on their neck, Nuss.
That's right.
Woo!
Let's go, champ. You feel me?
Let's go, champ. Ruin the 504. What up?
Rue.
I'm so.
What's up, y'all?
What's good, champ? What's good?
All right, what's happening? Pick up yourself, Francis.
You're done, big
good,
one.
good show today. Just Carlitos touched on this, but make sure you guys do something to protect the content of what happened today, because we had Fury, Finkel, and Eddie on years ago. There's a lot of websites that poached that information and didn't give you guys credit. So make sure you put it out there that this happened on this show. You guys, put everything together so no one could just pull that information and not give you guys credit. That's my call. Have a good day.
All right, champ. Yeah, that's always going to be up to the people, man. They could choose to give the credit or not, man. It's just about morals, right? Like how you feel about publishing an article and not explaining to your audience where the source originated from. Candy Slim 501 says, don't worry, the Caucasians will take care of it. Sel says, I want my $2 back. You ain't read my super chat. Ha ha. Which one? Which one we miss? And in the meantime, we got...
Yo, that one went over your head?
Adrian.
Yeah, smooth over his head.
Yeah, he said, I want my $2 back. You ain't read my super chat. Ness.
Still don't get it.
Ness is like, wait a minute. Where is it?
I'm lost.
No, I don't get it.
It's the one he just read.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Oh,
he made you read it. He wanted his $2 back.
I don't get it.
He
I don't get it.
He too slick
Alex,
for
we
me.
in sync. We got it.
I didn't get it at all. I was like,
It's corny.
Yo, shout out to
man,
you,
it's an
sir.
inside joke.
Sell, yo.
It sounded like a corny joke. That's why I didn't get it.
It was over the cuckoo's nest.
It was clever. I don't know if it was like haha funny, but it was clever.
Adrian, Wisconsin, what up?
Hey, what's good, y'all, man? I appreciate the show today. I see y'all making stuff happen, man. Y'all making stuff happen. That's awesome. Hey, Gary Russell, I like that fight. But I'll be honest, from a bar perspective that shows fights, I don't know if I buy that one if it's over $550 or $600 because I don't know if I'm necessarily going to get my money back. Because that's more, to me, a hardcore fight, even though it shouldn't be. That's just how I look at it.
Bruh, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. This is coming from a guy that tells me him and Mitty could sell out his bar for a live fight, but you telling me Gary and Devin can't sell it out?
Here's what I'm telling you. Yeah, no, this is what we tell you. Now, to the live fight thing, you got to realize that small town has a large boxing tradition in history. Okay, so they got a lot of state champs and Golden Gloves. So that town gravitates towards that. It has a very heavy Hispanic community that's deeply invested in the boxing. So as far as live shows, it's not like I live in a major city. So we put on an event like that. There's nothing like that for 40 miles, 50 miles. Plus, with the whole COVID thing going on, ain't nobody really throwing shows and doing that. That's why if you do that this summer, yeah, we selling 200 tickets. Like, we gonna have to turn people away just because of the simple fact that there's not a bunch of shows being thrown, and then throwing the whole border wars thing in there, and then you add a few local fighters, it's sold out all day. You make money, I make money. We put on a good show for whoever fights in the card. It just makes sense all around, bro. You don't got to come out of your pocket for the venue, for the DJ, the lights. All you got to worry about is your production.
I want Border Wars 11 there, man. Border Wars 11 got to be there, man. I want the lights. I want the smoke machine, man. I want the DJ, man. You sold me.
It's going down. Trust me. I'll tell you, like we'll make it so slick, man.
I mean, you gotta win though, man. I guess you ain't gotta win. We could always sell. No, cause we could sell his comeback story in his hometown.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Hey, don't doubt me. I might be in silence, but I'm training. You getting video too? I don't play that shit. I'm training.
Listen,
you just set up the fight. I'm a trainer.
I gotta do my job and promote, man. And I'm promoting, man. You know, there is the possibility. Two guys get in the ring. There's a possibility that you win or lose.
Hey, listen, win or lose, it's going to be exciting. That's all I'm going to say. Win or lose, they going to want me back. That's all I got to say about that. And then real quick on the side note, Border Wars 10, I heard that the real tank might be possibly open for Steven. We looked at the video. I didn't hear the whole Border Wars. I got to go back and listen to it. But Steven is game for that fight. So if that's something that can happen.
I don't know, Tank, I sent them the footage. Tank might not be fighting this time. Eddie pulled out. That was Tank's fight. So I sent them Steven's footage, but he has not agreed to the Steven fight. And before getting the Steven footage, he did already say like, oh, if Eddie's out, I might not be going anyway because, you know, whatever. So yeah, I don't know if he's taking a Steven fight. But what happened to the other?
How about Eddie? Listen, man, I'm just waiting on that other dude's footage, man. But I ain't gonna chase nobody down. You either want to fight really bad or you don't. I told him that he had to have better footage. I told him to come down to my gym if he needs to get it, because I'll get him some good sparring work so you guys can actually see him against another guy who's got a big amateur record. So you can have like a realistic look at what he's gonna look like, so you can match him up right. But I know the deadline's coming up. I'll let him know. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm focused on my fight, too. I ain't going to chase nobody down.
Nah, for sure. I was just trying to get something for Jordan Carter because we don't really have heavyweights that experience, and now we got someone, so that's all.
Well, listen. I'll get on it today because I got class today, and we're going to do some filming today. So I'm going to see if I can't get dude to come down there today, and I'll make sure that I film it so it's high quality.
For sure. Adrian.
All right, that's my call, man. Thanks a lot, y'all.
All right.
Let's go,
Listen,
champ.
Good, Adrian.
That's everybody, man. CYP, we got the CYP, right? Shout out to
Yes,
CYP.
we did. Yes, we
Shout out
did.
to CYP.
Was there another one?
Just still hanging it. What? Another what?
No, I thought he might have had another
Yeah,
one. I'm wrong.
there's a super chat from Cell in Milwaukee who says, I want my $2 back. You ain't read my super chat. Ha ha.
Now he got you again.
No, dog. I'm reading it again sarcastically because it's whack.
When you realize that
Coach Myers. Coach Myers, what up?
Ness said we're reading it twice. Now you owe me $2.
Hey yo, listen.
$4 now.
I pay more. Listen, I pay more a month with you guys than I do with ESPN Plus, The Zone, and Showtime combined. So it's not, and I pay $40 Boomerang. It's not about the perks because I don't use none of the perks except the Boomerang. I do it to show you guys love and support. If I was subscribed to any other place and I pay $40 a month and I didn't get a coffee or whatever I'm supposed to get, trust me, I'm calling them up, cussing them out, and canceling that shit. So I'm just saying, just show the Patreons a little bit more like you appreciate them.
So you're saying I don't appreciate you. So that's what you gonna
point.
say. You gonna go and say I don't appreciate you.
I'm the Patreon. Sometimes I don't think you do, brother.
Why?
And that's just being honest. I mean,
yo,
look how you doing, bro.
What you mean?
Yo, listen, I got 2 calls.
So
you
you
didn't even get
telling
to one of my calls. You was about to end the show.
So you telling me?
You know what I mean? You about to end the show.
So you telling me getting you Samson Lewickovich and Bill Haney ain't thinking of the Patreons? Who I'm thinking of then? The casual listeners?
But listen, I'm talking Boomerang.
Yeah, I'm not
talking about no regular caller who don't contribute a damn thing to the show that still gets the call in just like me. That's not the same.
But that's what I'm saying. If I forget your call because I'm in the mix of getting 2 spontaneous, non-scheduled guests.
Hey, we got like 4 hosts on there. Man,
Coach, all you gotta do is reach out to me. This will never happen again, champ.
people
Got you
on the show right now, man.
Yeah,
I got you, Coach. If that's an excuse, you need to hire some people that could keep you on your job and help you out a little bit more.
I got 4
if you have to do everything.
I got 4 people, but they don't have access to the Skype. They can't see that unless they call in literally with you.
Hey, listen. You read my super chat. You know I was up on there. You see who's on Skype. You know,
Coach, the only way I see you is if you write on the chat. I don't get to see what Ness says, so when I see it on the chat, when you say something, I'm on it.
Call in Blog Talk. I got you.
So,
hey, Blog,
if you ever got a message, you hit me up on the chat.
Told me to. He said, do Skype. Blog Talk drop off too much, so I'm here on Skype.
That's true. That's true.
Nah, Coach,
that's the only way I can see you.
Hey, when Cash is coming on, man? Well, my boy Cash is coming on.
Man, I'm canceling Cassius, man.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. I'll cancel my Boomerang. Don't do that.
Yeah,
y'all take it easy, man.
I think he's scheduled for the 18th or the 20th or the 19th. I think I gotta check, but he's scheduled, man. He's scheduled.
Yeah, he in there. I'll check the calendar.
Well, don't forget tomorrow morning we're scheduled to have Bermain Severn.
Yo, let me send
live.
Let me send this man a message.
9:30 Eastern. Wednesday, Ida Biggs. And Thursday we're tentatively scheduled with Savannah Marshall in the morning. That's 9:30 Eastern AM. And then Thursday for the flagship show at 8:30 Eastern PM, Caleb Plant. So that's not going to be a day you're going to want to miss. You're going to want to cover both shows. And Friday, Chris Glover is on. So Cassius is not on this week.
No, not this week. He's on for Monday, Coach.
Monday.
Yeah.
Yes, I got it here. Monday, the 18th.
At 9:30. Yeah.
Thank you, Doomy.
We got him in there, man. We got it all. And we're gonna be. You know what we're gonna do, guys. We've been talking about it in the back with Ness, and we're probably gonna be posting once we got the schedule filled in. We're going to be posting the schedule of interviews that we're going to have on the community tab.
That's dope.
I'm pretty sure that Marioski could probably write something up or something real quick and make sure that you guys know ahead of time when these interviews are already scheduled. Sometimes like Ness says, man, he's doing a lot of stuff back there because sometimes he's just trying to make things happen organically for you guys. So sometimes you won't know about certain interviews being scheduled because they are being done on live show. So from now on, we'll try to go ahead and put a schedule out there so that you guys can go on the community tab and just kind of check it out and kind of be anticipating. Maybe you're excited for some of these and you want to see some more than others, so you don't want to miss them. Well, you better hit that notification bell too and subscribe so that you don't miss out. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ.
All right, peace.
Peace.